Farts.
Bart?
Did it.
Yep, you did. Anyway, when we last left off, you guys were going to die.
No, I think
one
we're
of us
fine.
was.
Nah, pretty sure all of us were.
Yeah. But before any reactions go down, I would like to reiterate something I was saying to Fuse the other day. Despite the fact that this is all totally Winnie's fault, we can't be upset at Winnie for us being here in the castle.
I am.
That was a telepathic command. So we don't know it was their command. As far as we're concerned, the whale did it.
As far as we're concerned, Winnie is the cause of everything bad that happens, to be honest.
Not everything.
So it's like I was thinking, like, Strike's gonna be so mad. It's like there's gonna be so many consequences. Wait a minute, no, there's not. Strike doesn't know shit, and neither does anybody.
Alright, so the first thing that happens, Winnie.
Mm-hmm.
A person is now materializing in front of you.
Man, you're not losing any time.
Who is this person?
Can you remind me how exactly everything is positioned? Like, I know most people are in the whale, the fish.
A person in the ship and the fish.
I zoomed in on the map as if that would give me any amount of more clarity.
Like, I'm mostly concerned about, like, how Winnie and the Empress are located. Like,
The Empress
they
is
like-
outside the Leviathan. We are inside.
Also, Fuse, I presume that whatever materialization is taking place is part of an ability. And remind you, the Leviathan is immune to abilities.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
If
But
you
Winnie,
target
I like-
inside
Winnie's
Polina, that's good.
Yeah,
Winnie
you
is
can't target
outside-
the fish with magic.
Ah.
That's true. It's not like a Faraday cage of magic.
Okay. That would be interesting.
Though it does make us more difficult to target. But I have a solution for that.
You
Well,
know
yeah,
what I
so
just
like-
realized?
What?
Going even further into the magic interpretations of things. If the Empress is a god, then all she needs to do is gather enough devotion to her color in order to become a creature.
That's
What is the color? White blue?
I don't know.
well. Let's see. She likes perfection, so she's probably white.
Yeah.
Wow.
Probably
like-
white, black, blue.
Like tyranny is the color of white. So
Yeah, but there's also a bunch of death on her plate, so.
so white black makes sense. Blue for yeah, white black blue makes sense.
What's blue from? Just because Ocean Planet?
The magic, like she is very
Oh.
very magic.
Okay, blue is magic. Alright.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing a lot of her followers in the city are slightly insane. Functioning very insane.
Oh yeah, the city is full of zombies, so she's got plenty of devotion to black. But she doesn't control them.
Yeah, the zombies want to kill her, don't they?
Yeah.
I like how it feels like in every game, there's always a portion of it where we end up talking about a different game.
Well,
That's
it's 'cause
just
the
how
game
things go here.
Yeah, it just incorporates the rules of so many other games now.
It's good. It's good.
It's all Winnie's fault.
I was technically incorporating that into the odd RP
That's
session
true.
before.
All Alright, so Winnie, you're outside the Leviathan or inside? That's
I ended by teleporting back inside.
You ended by telling the Leviathan to close his mouth.
Okay.
Just prior to that, teleporting inside.
So the Leviathan's mouth is closed.
Yes.
So that means I would appear inside the Leviathan close to you then. And, first thing I would be, so you must be Winnie?
Yes.
Thank the elders. Alright, I hope you're not busy.
I presume this is the person who materialized.
Yes.
Alright.
So, when Fuse first said someone materialized, I thought it was the Empress. I was like, oh crap.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, you can teleport too. Wonderful.
If you're not too busy, I have come to seek some of your wisdom.
Alright, give me a fight roll for the Leviathan.
Oh, no.
Okay, I know what the Empress is trying now.
The old fallback. Punch it hard.
Some minuses.
But a plus. On the plus side, there is one.
Alright. So the Leviathan just took a 5-shift hit.
Wow.
Well, no, wait. Weapons and armor.
This thing probably has all armor.
Yeah. So -1 from armor, +3 from weapon. So the Leviathan just took a 7-shift hit.
Oh.
So the entire thing shakes.
Very much, yes.
Mm-hmm. How's the ruling for someone deciding to spend fate coins for a friendly NPC?
Too late.
In the future, what's the ruling for that?
Too late.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of fate points.
Refresh.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
Let's see what everyone has.
I have one. I'm good.
That second part is debatable.
Chaotic neutral. I like chaotic good. Strike.
Strikey's more good. Like, he tries to... Doesn't understand good, but he kind of gets it a little bit.
Like, Strike's personal... Oh, that reminds me, I wanted to change one of Strike's things, but I want to think harder at it first. So it's like, Strike has rules that Strike wants to follow, and will do anything to follow them, as long as he's still following them.
Like this doesn't make sense, but Strike reads to me as chaotic lawful.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, it's weird because he won't break the rules, but
his grasp on the rules is...
Huh?
His grasp on the rules is strenuous at best.
It's very literal, and because I was thinking, to give you a bit of a peek into the future, Winnie, if Strike had an accountability for you being the cause of all this, Strike would have tried to bite off your arms and legs. Because it wouldn't be killing you, but it would be preventing you from causing any more ruckus.
That you think.
Problem solved. Oh yeah, the Strike things.
Anyway.
Should we be added to a turn order?
Should you desire such. I'd have to find a way to zoom in even more to get at everyone.
What's Polina's mood? How does she react to shaking fish?
Let's find out.
Also, what is it? Agility or
Generate 5 moods.
athletics, something physique. Notice physique.
Alright, so we've got social and despairing, cuddly and irate, embarrassed, which deliberately conceals being intrigued, uninspired, and fuming.
I like
that sounds appropriate for barging into a royal chamber.
Yeah, fuming sounds right. Oh, embarrassing and intrigued while fuming, or embarrassed while intrigued.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
Like, embarrassed, which deliberately conceals being intrigued, is exactly the emotion that would be like, you just appeared inside someone's royal castle. It's like, oh no, but also, ooh.
What is happening?
Honestly, following that.
Who is on the ship? Why are we here?
Don't worry, I'll explain when we're safe.
I'm impressed because Winnie's house can speak. Like, that's pretty cool.
So we all saw Winnie kiss the Empress.
Yeah, I want everyone to know that I did that.
Right, who wants to be in initiative?
I'll be an initiative. It's athletics, notice physique.
Yeah, put me in too.
Notice athletics, physique.
Notice athletics physique. 4 or 5.
I don't, because I know that she's just gonna give the Empress an extra fate point, and I won't be able to contribute much.
Strike's the tank, so makes sense for Shrike to be there. So I am 454. Notice athletics physique.
I can't click on the number.
Nap.
I'm not on the map.
Alright, so what was strike?
454.
That's really good.
Thank you.
I'm 124.
That's pretty bad.
Well, yeah.
I am 232.
I'm not there to notice things.
Oh, don't you have a thing for pattern recognition?
Yeah, but that doesn't apply to, like, it applies to defense. I mean, I could use a fate point, I guess? That'd be weird.
What do I put for fish?
Physique's
I'm
up
guessing definitely a 0, because I don't think notice would be a skill for it, and the rest is
Yep,
kind of
sure.
irrelevant.
So Empress just did a thing. Strike. What do?
I want to assess what's happening, but also react to it. So, like, the fish is shaking. Her parts are falling off, probably clanging against the top of the ship. Strike wants to leave the ship and observe the inside of the whale. Well, there's just so much to do. Strike wants to ask Winnie what's up, what's going on. Why? Like, yeah. Strike asks Winnie what's happening.
Winnie, what's happening?
We appear to be in the palace, and the Empress is attacking us.
Why? What have you done?
I believe this all started when Milk started climbing the palace.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, honestly, I would.
Our fate was sealed at that moment.
The downhill spiral started.
Just throw him right off the bus when he can't defend himself.
Oh, Bill can handle a bus.
Not in this
not right now.
condition.
Oh, hey, did you skip my turn?
Your turn was responding to me.
Oh, I wanted to do something.
Do something.
In order to hopefully give some time, I'm going to summon a minion.
Alright.
Another Leviathan. First son of the Leviathan. Taking its place.
So first, going to go to the airlock of one of the airlocks of Paulina, and it's going to be summoned down on the Leviathan's tongue, if that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hope it's tasty.
So
Hope it's
magic.
something that can give your creatures indestructible.
Wait. Can he summon anything in contact with the Leviathan? Abilities.
That's
It's not
fine.
targeting the Leviathan.
Target its tongue for placement.
No? You're
Um,
targeting the air within.
Alright, go on.
Okay, I spend 1 fate coin to make that a 7.
Alright. What do you summon?
I will show you.
Alright, you spend magic for how much you can decide what you're summoning. I forgot.
Also, where's the fake point?
It should be there.
There it
Yeah,
is.
just drop.
Yeah,
just drop from
there.
the phone.
Reminder that I was at 200% zoom. This is not a tiny map.
So I'll give you a hint of what it is.
I'd like more than a
Howdy!
I don't know that one.
So what does magnetic do?
You can cast this as a spell to target an artificial, like a mech, basically.
Oh, so you can't target on the Empress.
Well, you could target it on
Ah,
the Inquil
that's
Leviathan,
what
which
is-
an artificial
It's
creature.
Automatic happening. It'll automatically fuse with the nearby mech.
No. It only fuses if you put it on the left side.
And you're putting it inside.
In the middle.
Okay, I think that's. This isn't a Hearthstone board. It's magnetic. It's going to be the nearest thing, just specifically touching the Leviathan.
It's true.
Point for that tail.
So, like that thing, by being inside, technically it is to the left of the one side of the Leviathan.
Can I
Alright,
spend
so
it?
the Leviathan now has +2/+4, Divine
Yes.
Shield, and Taunt.
Yes.
Hello.
Can I spend a fate point to say this is a Hearthstone board? Storytelling.
That doesn't make sense.
I feel that would take more than 1 coin to alter reality at that level.
Oh, wait. Isn't the thing hexproof also?
Oh,
So it doesn't matter that you're casting anything on it.
So
You
in
are the
Magic
controller.
In Magic the Gathering, if it's hexproof,
Yeah,
you
it's
can
not
cast
Shroud.
spell- Yeah.
Hold
So it
on
works.
now. If it says I looked up the rules for this specifically. You cannot target a card. However,
Mhm.
area of effects do apply.
Yeah, and
Because
you
this
wouldn't be
is-
targeting
Just
it.
needs to be adjacent.
The Anoia module is.
No, but beside like hexproof, you can affect your own thing. It's Shroud that you
Yeah.
can't affect your own things. But it's
So-
fine.
All of the discussions about it not being able to be targeted by you, it's not apply.
Yeah. Okay, great.
So wait, go over that again. What you're saying?
You're fine.
Yeah, you can target it.
Okay.
Also, it has Divine Shield and Taunt now.
Yes.
Also, +2 attack.
Plus for defense, which is important against the Empress, I feel like.
Also, it is now saying howdy to the Empress.
Wait, does that mean its house is open?
Yeah,
It's
that
has
would
a
mean
speaker.
that. Yeah, its mouth is now a speaker. and it is just blasting howdy at the Empress.
That is like the pinnacle of imperfection.
I hope she doesn't have a stud for gaining at like skill points for the more she's annoyed.
Let me. It also has this dumb face.
I took a long time deciding what exact minion to summon in for this situation.
Well, Divine Shield will be useful once.
And taunt, so we can go out there and start attacking the Empress, assumedly.
So I'll get to you guys later.
Alright, so this has happened.
Yeah, I see it when he's casting magic. I'm like, oh, so are you busy? Can I help you with something?
You sure can. That Empress is pretty mad at us, and we need to kill her.
You can't see the Empress.
Yeah, there's no mouth anymore.
Yeah,
It's a
the mouth
speaker.
is sealed. You're stuck in
Pretty
here.
generous of you,
I wasn't being literal that it has a... I said it has a speaker, not its mouth is a speaker.
And I said that its mouth is a speaker and it has that dumb face.
Okay, it's a part of the fusing, then. Okay. Yet we could use a way to get Paulina outside of the Leviathan.
Who's Paulina?
The ship that we're in.
Looking for a boat.
The
I'm
spaceship.
not seeing any.
Running out of time for action.
Yeah, I know, but I am being very poorly explained what is happening.
I point. I separate, draw an outline around Paulina, visually.
What's the exact name of this creature we're in?
Inkwell Leviathan.
Inkwell Leviathan. Alright. It does have Shroud.
Oh, it has Shroud?
Yeah.
I thought it had
Huh.
X-Proof.
Island
Okay.
Walk, Trample, Shroud.
So it will matter.
Alright, I'm gonna wait then before I do anything.
So I want you to know I wasn't looking for that, but I found it anyway.
Fish. Fish has not been commanded to not continue attacking.
I want it to continue attacking. In whatever way it attacks now.
Alright, so give me its fight. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Does it have a
So
weapon?
that's 12.
Beyond legendary.
We're all worried about how this lady's gonna kill us. And then she just, like eventually the whale stops shaking. We're like, let's go. No, she's planning something. No, she's died. It ain't over till
Huh.
the whale stops shaking.
I haven't actually made a character sheet.
Yeah. Don't forget that moderate that she has. And the 4 stress box.
Okay.
I won't forget that.
Good.
What was the moderate?
A bite taken out, assumedly.
Right.
And it wasn't her finger, you said? She tried to block the attack with her finger. It was like, no. No blocking.
Fate point.
Just one.
Yep.
What's that going to do for her?
Something. You can't really see what's going out.
That's what we're hearing.
Yep.
Okay, so in what new way did the Leviathan attack this time?
The Inkwell Leviathan floated up into the air and then quickly bashed into the Empress before returning to its position and getting back down.
Okay. And she couldn't block.
That's right.
Suddenly you hear applause and cheering from somewhere around you.
Mario, get back to work.
Oh yeah, the screen shakes.
I mean, I see a lot of you people lighting up. Of course, I'd like to check out what the thing is happening.
We hear a loud whap.
Alright, now give me another fight roll.
Wow. I'm going to spend a fate point if I can.
And minus, minus, neutral, minus.
Can I do that, Fuse? Before you say the results.
You can.
I does. It's invoking its Leviathanness.
Uh-huh.
Oh, actually, Divine Shield. Don't have to worry about.
Well,
A
if he
hit.
wins the fight roll, maybe he won't even
Oh,
need to
oh,
spend the
that's-
Divine Shield.
That is true. A successful dodge would keep the Divine Shield.
Right.
I just get the feeling I didn't.
Empress also spends a fate point. And you can hear the Divine Shield pop.
Okay.
Should have used the fate point to do a reroll instead of just a +2. It's too late.
I could have.
Strike.
So Sorik has gotten no better answer as to what's happening from Winnie than prior understanding. So Sorik is going to leave the ship. Are there any alternative exits to the whale, such as a blowhole? I know it's full of fire.
There's no
but
main
not-
exit that you can see.
Yeah,
And I don't think you have any schematics for this Leviathan sitting around.
but do I notice anything? May I try?
You can attempt to.
I will attempt to. That's a 4.
You do spot something that looks like it could lead to an exit.
Alright, Sork is going to run up to the hull, skitter up to it, fly up to it, whatever, and attempt to weasel in.
Alright.
Should I do burglary?
Yes.
Thank you.
Wow.
Wow! That's +4. That's 4 pluses.
Strike just wants to get out of there.
What can you expect from a cockroach?
Alright, so you see Sroik exit Paulina, like, goes fly off into some hole somewhere, and he's never seen or heard from again. You have exited the whale.
on the new character sheet.
Burglary to exit reality.
Winnie.
Can I get a fate point? Yes.
Wait. Not until after the scene.
You want me to give it back?
Or just not spend it till then.
Hmm.
So I had a question for Fuse. When you use or activate a stunt that isn't directly related to like some kind of like fight action, is that like a simple or free action where you can do other stuff too?
Depends.
Well, I guess I'll just explain what I'm going to do. I'm going to say, sorry, Ayet, that I can't explain too much right now, but I need to go take care of the Empress. Faster.
My name.
Yes.
What?
Sorry, I said her name. Yes, I activate my new stunt.
He knows me!
In full view of everyone currently on Paulina.
Except for Shrek.
Alright. That. Yeah, that would definitely be an
Yeah.
action.
It is a mystery. Wow. That's great.
Fuse knows what. So,
I
do
figured.
you want me to describe the visuals, or you?
You could probably do it better.
I was gonna say you could do it better.
No.
You're the GM. I'll rock, paper, scissors you for it.
Stupid, man.
Fine. Okay, so Winnie grows a tattered pair of bat wings out of her back. Her fur ruffles up and begins to swirl and form little short spike-like tentacles that twist and constantly swirl around. Occasionally you'll see something like an eye or a mouth or any other body parts appear and disappear anywhere within Winnie's body. That's not the stunt, but it's related to the stunt.
Well, it kind of is.
Oh, okay.
And luckily, it doesn't make an automatic provoke
When you just
roll
does.
against everyone. So that's my only action I can do, because my other would be to then teleport.
Oh, if you're not going to actually do the thing, then yeah, that's fine. You just
Yeah.
start shifting then to that and then teleport away halfway through.
Yeah.
You just
I wanna-
teleport away right at the climax of the action.
I'm teleporting out to just behind the Empress, where I last saw her.
Alright, Naruto. Dragon Ball Z. Right behind you.
So does teleporting count as like a complex or simple or free action?
This would definitely be an action.
Okay. Then that was my action. Oh, if I
you
can
gotta
talk,
you gotta roll for range. You might get 0.
that's impossible. I get minimum 1. There.
And then roll 1.
Like I teleport to right outside the fish on a different planet, on a different galaxy.
You did it.
if I can have one thing I can say to the Empress, I say, well met.
Winnie is not a paladin.
No.
So, man, I don't really know where the Empress is. So I'm just kind of in this big metallic room that keeps rumbling around.
Or you're within 2 metallic rooms that rumble around. The fish and Paulina.
It's true.
You probably didn't even see Sroik. He was going
Yeah.
so fast.
Definitely not.
Even being pointed directly at, like, in that direction.
So he's like, what's going on? And it's gone.
Yeah, I feel like what I would try to do is try to find a way out of the fish, I feel like.
Right? How are you going to do that?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Can I... I mean, what I would do is, like, roll notice to see if I can find a way, I guess. And I'll boost that up to 3 with the big coin. Invoking see patterns in all things. See if I can find an opening.
Alright, it'll take you some time, but you
That's
do
fine.
eventually find a way.
Sounds good.
Meanwhile, fish.
Fish has bugs in its hole.
Fish is attacking.
I was
Oh
wondering
no,
if I
the
want-
fish is bugged.
I was wondering if I wanted to, out of curiosity, because I guess Winnie would know, what would the Leviathan's provoke stat be now, given its half Annoyo module?
Take the Annoya module's attack, make it its provoke instead.
Then it's better to just wait.
Ooh.
So many low rolls. 3
He's
minuses again.
rolling 6.
We got 3 minuses.
It's starting with the 9, though.
Yeah, fair. Couldn't spend a fight point, and no, you can't.
Sure, I could spend a fate coin. Sure.
Yeah, probably
He's-
one. The other one
No,
doesn't exist.
it's gotta be Winnie.
But
It's your
Shroik
pet.
is the one bugging it.
Sure, can always spend point to make the Leviathan worse, not better.
If these
If
rolls
Sroik
are
wants to try hacking the fish.
if these rolls are anything to go by, Sroik's presence has not affected the Leviathan's ability at all. It was 6 twice before, and it's 6 again.
Alright, so Winnie, you watch as the Empress not only like expertly dodges out of the way, but also takes the opportunity to get a superior position. The Empress is now riding on top of the Leviathan.
Wow.
Isn't that where Sroik's gonna appear?
Yes. And the Empress is going to deliver another blow to the fish. Taking advantage of the boost that she just got.
Let's hope fish rolls high this time. Better. except still minus.
Yeah, she's also going to invoke the consequence on the fish.
Oh, the injury.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can invoke ladies' injuries as well.
Yes.
Empress. Nice.
One free invocation on any thing that you give.
It's not one free each. It's one free period, right?
Should be each. Every consequence.
Yeah, for every consequence she has, you get one free invocation. Is it always +2? Or is it dependent on what the... Okay.
It's an invocation.
Sure.
So, how's the Leviathan looking?
How's it sounding?
For whatever it's worth, it has had an HP of 15, whatever that means.
What would a physique of 15 provide you?
Who knows?
Because we get 15 health physical notches.
15 stress boxes.
There's kind of diminishing returns
With 15
in that
physique?
after you get the extra consequence, there's nothing that you get for having more.
Yeah. Unless your physique does... Like, unless you intend on lifting boulders a lot, you're not going to want too much more physique.
And that's assuming that you have a stunt that makes physique even do anything with stress in the first place.
Yeah. Because shields.
Yeah.
This Leviathan / Annoy module does have plenty of computer. It is a computer.
That's fair. What's computer level? Yes. It is.
Right. So it's looking like the Leviathan is in a bit worse shape than the Empress.
We'll have to fix that.
Strike.
Alright, so... What do I see? I'd like to... Not my turn, but I would like to take part of a turn just to examine my surroundings, get a feel of what's going on. So, like, the Empress is up here with me, probably like a couple feet away. Because dramatic positioning. And punching the fish, probably with a big old dent in the side of it.
Like, you crawl out of the hole, and you see
Yes.
the Empress, like, right there. Perfect posture on top of the fish. You see her punch down exactly once, and then, like, a huge, like, crack forming on that part.
Perfect crack.
She figured
Yeah.
out that she has to use fighting pretty fast.
Yes.
Yeah, well, she used magic and it didn't work at all.
That-
So,
She hasn't tried using magic on the fish yet.
yes,
When?
that was the first thing she did.
Yeah, last episode.
You teleported into its mouth, she cast a spell, and it didn't work.
I don't remember her doing that.
Jeez.
I mean, 2 players remember it though, so.
Alright, yeah, so obviously it would be desirable to resolve this situation, but I'm trying to figure out how to do that without murder. Because I don't have fight. I don't have a stunt that allows me to fake out having fight yet. But I do have the ability to spend a fate point to eat through anything. So, without causing damage, can I roll something other than fight to grapple her?
Now, you could use physique.
All right, I'm willing to do that. I am rolling physique to grapple the Empress. 4.
You do not succeed.
Okay. Well, that's my turn then. Unless I can try again.
Yeah, you
Winnie.
can try once for each arm.
Alright, rolling again.
I would have wished I could have told, like, Shroik and any other relevant party member to try to create advantages for the best results, but we kind of got separated fast.
I mean, that's kind of what he would have done if she would have been grappled. Would have been an advantage.
I don't think noticing anything about her is going to create any advantages given her perfect appearance.
Yeah. Do you have to, if you want to create advantage towards an NPC that you're fighting, does the NPC roll against that?
Usually.
But what if it's like a situational, like environmental situation aspect?
Then they don't.
Okay. Either way, I'm going to use provoke on the Empress.
Yes, aren't you here now? And the answer is yes.
Yes. Here is a relative term.
No. It's not. You are here. I guess relative to Shroik and the Empress. You're out here on top of the fish. Except you didn't know she was up here when you teleported, so I'd like to think you teleported out in front of the fish. You're like, what? Oh, and then teleported to the top of the fish.
With a 7-roll teleport, I think you can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, my new stunt gives me a +2 for provoke attacking, and specifically doing supernatural sanity mental damage. And this attack is going to curse at her in a ancient old god language, and I say, Vashie.
How dare you?
Oh man, 4.
What's the minus today?
Yeah, a lot of minuses.
Except for that burglary roll. That was awesome.
But that's +2, right? Or is that including it?
And thank you for the follow.
Whoa! Thank you for the
Someone's
follow.
actually watching.
Yeah.
Everybody thanks so.
Nah.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm going to hold off on invoking anything. So I'm
Good
gonna-
old SNSD.
And the Empress manages to avoid that with perfect neutrality. All zeros on the roll.
Wow.
Just as rare as all minuses are all plus,
Yep.
but not nearly as impressive.
Perfect averageness.
Technically, isn't every individual roll just as rare as anything else? Like a plus minus is just
Yeah,
as
but
rare.
to our brain, it doesn't look as impressive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
plus minus could also be minus plus minus plus.
Yeah, but isn't.
Or minus minus plus plus.
Or plus plus minus minus. Or plus minus minus plus. Or minus plus plus minus.
Yeah,
Basically,
there's
it's a
so
little
many
bunch of
ways
them.
that you could get the same result.
Yeah, but they're all equally rare from each other. if we randomly decided plus minus minus
but
plus
the result
is the
of
new plus
2
4.
pluses, 2 minuses has many different ways of coming about.
But the
true.
placement does matter because of the red die and the blue die.
Yep. Anyway. Yeah.
I was thinking I will telepathy to Shrike to, if you can, I don't know how you would say this in universe, but try to create an environmental advantage.
See if you can,
Use
So
the
what is it?
environment.
You know,
I think I know. I have an idea. Maybe.
So
Where am
I
I? Where am I in this great big world of ours?
somewhere. Do you have burglary?
I do not. I can roll mediocre.
Oh boy.
Guess I'm gonna do that. Guess I get lost.
Alright, so you still haven't found your way all the way out yet? But you're probably working that way.
Alright.
find your way to the bottom underneath.
I'm useful.
you finally escaped the Leviathan. For some reason you're beneath it. Oh no.
It's fish time.
Even all the time.
Use your blowhole attack. Do Leviathans have blowholes?
Oh no,
Apparently.
the strike is there.
Yeah, but target the Empress.
Blast strike into the Empress.
Can you aim a blowhole?
You can like, directionally. You don't have to shift their entire body to do it.
Can you aim a blowhole at something that's on top of you?
We'll see. It uses omnidirectional aiming.
It does a barrel roll. Smash
on,
the
Troy.
Empress through the walls.
Say that's pretty good.
Hang on, Sroik.
Wow.
What's happening? What?
The Leviathan is doing a barrel roll.
Oh no!
I can hang on. Oh! Oh!
Is it too late to give the Leviathan a make sure not to harm my party members?
Fucking try it. This is a fight roll, yeah. So, should I defend against this?
Yeah, you can defend against fight.
Oh boy.
Ooh, minus minus plus plus. So, that's actually a 9.
Oh, because of your armor.
Yeah.
You're fine.
So that's
I could
a
spend a
2
fate.
shift.
I could spend a fate point to actually be fine. But
Yeah,
I'll take
but
the
you
stress.
could also just not spend a fate point to actually be fine.
So, 2 stress box?
Yeah.
If Leviathan has fight weapon, then that's +2.
Oh. So do you have a 4 box?
Yeah.
Then yeah, you're still fine.
I'm disoriented.
How's the Empress looking?
Meanwhile,
Perfect.
the Empress rolled a -3.
Oh.
Wow.
So that's a 5 versus a 13.
That's an 8 shift hit.
Oof.
Whoa, legendary.
But that means she's hurt. And she's no longer perfect.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
will deprive her
man.
of her source of power.
Yeah, she loses her perfect aspect.
She's damaged.
That
She
focus
is
DPS
showing
on her.
some actual signs of damage. She has been crushed against those walls. Like, grinded against them.
Ugh.
Okay.
I just discovered my mic wasn't plugged in.
Hi.
Hi.
So what have you been saying?
We haven't been ignoring you.
Yeah, that's what I thought was. I thought people were just ignoring me.
No.
No.
Oh,
Lady.
Chaz, get in this fight.
Oh no.
This was
Okay.
one of the reasons why I made sure to tap Morale so we'd be here.
Hello.
Hey,
Hi.
Alpha's there too.
It's like 2 people are here now, all of a sudden.
Did I just arrive along with somebody else?
Yeah,
Kind
just
of.
Well, I've been here for an hour. I just didn't realize that my mic wasn't plugged in.
Oh.
Very disparaging.
Well,
They're
oh,
ignoring
well.
me.
So how many casualties?
the
The
Empress-
fight's going well.
What? Okay.
I have-
the
And they're
Empress-
winning right now.
The
But
Empress
the fight is
assassination.
but the fight is still going. Has this been the
Yes.
whole thing y'all been
Yes.
doing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, and it's also
Anything I should
at
know
the
about?
top of initiative right now.
Who is?
It is
Well, we're
at the top of initiative.
If you two want to add yourself in, you have the option to do so.
Okay. What has already been done? Like what has worked so far, or are we?
You
going
don't
with
really
the whole-
know.
I just
Like
Okay.
in character, you wouldn't know. So
yeah, because I just materialized.
As a
Right,
player,
you've been stuck inside of the ship.
Oh.
the
Okay.
Leviathan is now saying howdy.
Yeah,
The
you do
ship-
hear that.
Okay, so we're in the ship. Me and Jazz are in the ship. I assume. Are the
And
rest of the
Jimothy.
people in Jimothy? Nobody else is with us though.
that's correct.
And Jimothy
Okay.
is just sitting this one out.
Yeah, I don't want to give the Empress extra fate points, and I can't really contribute.
It's a bit of a meta decision from Jimothy, but we'll take it.
In
There was
character, I'm
one
just
thing.
going to keep drinking because, yeah, honestly, I've been able to contribute for sessions now.
I think it's pretty in character for them not to fight. So, is there any way to receive actual fate points during a battle?
No.
You can concede.
Even that gives you the fate points after the fight is resolved.
Alright, Alright, well, what's the Empress doing?
Well, first, what are Jez and Alfred doing?
Oh. Sure.
I'll let Jazz go first.
Well, I mean, Jazz going to. Oh, yeah. Where?
Well, it's more of a question if you want to join in, in which case he'll be inserted into the turn order.
Yeah. I do. I do. Jazz to be. Yeah.
So do that, GM.
I already did. What's Jez's stats?
It's notice athletics physique, right?
Yep.
Nap.
All right. I asked that earlier, but my mic was unplugged.
It's okay. You're here now.
So, notice 1, athletics 2, physique 4.
Oh, you're exactly
Wow.
like me.
Double. Doyle in trouble. Doyle.
That's the higher edge.
We go alphabetical. I got 2 A's.
Hey, so do I in
And
real
Jez
life.
ends with 2 Z's.
And you want in, Mr. Bones?
I do. Well, I have a question actually. Would going outside the ship and trying to observe the fight also, like, cause
Okay.
me to be part of it?
No, because outside the ship is still inside the fish that the battle is on top of.
The fish mouse has been replaced with a speaker, so you can't actually get out.
Yeah,
Okay,
Sorik
so I-
was able to escape because they got a 4 pluses on a burglary roll where they climbed out of its blowhole.
Oh.
I mean, so, like, it depends. Like, after going outside the ship and seeing that you can't see anything, would you still want to try to help?
Well, okay, the real question would be, first of all, Alfred needs to learn what's going on, so I guess he's going to turn to Jazz and like, what have I missed? I thought I had died again, but we're fine now? Are we still in the Leviathan?
Yeah.
Oh. But, so, what about the Empress? What's happening with that? Actually, can I roll to hear if anything is going on outside the Leviathan, or is the Leviathan, like, impenetrable by sound?
Give me a notice.
Okay. Notice. There we are. Okay. 4.
Alright, so over the course of the past bit, you've seen a person materialize on the ship. Sroik, Winnie, and the new person all ran out. Something just appeared inside of the Leviathan. The Leviathan suddenly started shouting howdy. There is a weird noise from outside. And then there was another weird noise from outside. And now everything is shaking.
Okay. These weird noises, do they sound akin to, like, punching or like,
No.
fighting? No? Okay. Okay, well, something is still going on outside this Leviathan, and I must figure out what. So I'm going to get out of the ship and try to find and see if I can maybe tell Leviathan, hey, can you let me out?
No response.
Howdy.
Mr. Howdy, can I please let you get
Give me a
out?
physique roll.
Okay.
Alright, it does not rupture your eardrums.
Oh, good. I don't
He
have
doesn't
any.
have
Your... Yeah, your... Look,
Earbud.
it doesn't rupture your magical earbuds, yeah.
It does not shatter my inner ear skull.
Your
Yeah.
hammer and
Whatever
anvil.
you're using to hear does not get overwhelmed by effectively being inside of a subwoofer.
Okay. All right, then I'll look around for the way out. Then
It's up.
You should put
How
yourself
many-
in the. You should put yourself properly in the turn order.
Oh yeah.
How many of us
Okay.
even have eardrums?
I do probably.
How do I enter turn order?
Fuse has to do it.
Oh, okay.
So why is the turn order thing working differently now?
Insects can have tympanal organs, which sort of act like our eardrum, almost anywhere. Grasshoppers and crickets have them on their legs. Mosquitoes have them in their antenna. Several insects probably have no tympanum at all.
Notice athletics physique.
I know why everybody really comes to these streams for the mad insect facts.
I mean,
That's right.
I dig them.
Huh? What'd he say?
I just
I think he
said I
said he
dig
digs
them.
them.
Dig them. Oh, good.
Yeah, Alfred, you're.
Notice athletics physique.
Oh, my bad. So what? Do I roll all 3?
No, you
Then
just
tell me.
Oh,
What are they
okay.
at?
Sorry. Notice is 2. Physique is 2. Notice athletic versus athletics. Athletics is medium or skill.
What?
202.
202.
Oh, okay.
Underneath 20.
And did Jazz have any retroactive things to do?
What did you say?
Did Jazz have any retroactive things to do?
Not that I can think of.
Well, you wanted to enter the battle, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you have to get out of the ship and out of the light.
Yeah.
So you'd probably be following Alfred.
Yeah.
Also, 2 more fate points for the Empress.
Yeah,
No.
sorry guys.
Fuse already accounted for all 6 party members at the start of the fight.
In fact, that might not be the case.
No, he only gave the Empress 3 fate points because only 3 people were actually fighting.
No, because
The scene
Fuse 3 at
started
the
last
beginning.
time.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's not a
so
new scene.
Ah.
if I run into a room and start a fight with God, and then 18 other people join in after, God only gets 1 fate point. Good to know.
No, if they join in, then they she gains it. But the initial amount she got included them already.
Why? That's weird. Anyway, more about that later. What's going on?
Chaz is making his way out.
Making my way out of the Leviathan, and I'm homebound.
I think Jazz is going to try to burglary their way out.
Go for it.
Alright, so we'll get both of the burglaries on your turn flurries. In the meantime,
Empress. So, is provoke an actual status affliction, or
It
is
removes
more
will.
esoteric?
It removes like will stress.
Oh, I mean, like, sorry, I meant taunt. Is taunt the thing that the Leviathan has? Is that actually like a magical influence, or is that just kind of a thing that happens? Because I would almost argue that Rennie should also have taunt, given what
No.
has transpired. Okay.
In
I'm
the
not-
game, you can have monsters that are super scary, but you gotta focus on the little knight with a shield.
Yeah, okay.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because that little knight said something mean to you.
Like howdy.
Like howdy. Well, to be fair, it's like max volume and repeating.
Howdy, 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 howdy.
Alright, so give me a fish fight.
Do-do-do-do, watch out behind
Always
you.
a 6 on defense.
You can get this fish just has 6s always.
This fish is all offense all the time.
What fish?
Well,
Oh,
Leviathan.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, the Leviathan's in the fight too?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Okay,
why it's
makes
there.
sense. Okay.
Alright.
It doesn't. It's not in the turn order, but I guess the turn order is only.
Yes,
for,
it is.
It's fish.
Fish.
I don't.
Fish is a
It's all the way
Leviathan.
at the bottom. You need to
Oh,
scroll.
there's a scroll down. Okay.
So, the Empress is angry now,
You don't say.
and she is going to suplex the fish into the mountains.
What?
Interesting.
Wow.
The Wasteland Mountains. Is she also in the mountains?
Well, yeah, it's a suplex.
Okay, good. Is Strike still there?
Maybe.
I'd like to still be there.
Is Winnie still there?
Give me physique
I will
to
give
hold
you
on.
physique.
Fizoke.
Physique. I choose you.
Barely.
I barely hold on. What about Winnie?
Yeah, barely.
Oh,
So I
they're
hold on.
still in the
Better
fish
than
hunt.
barely.
Yes.
Oh,
Nice.
fun.
And everybody inside is getting thrown around.
Should have saved the ship.
I bet Paulina's fuming right now.
Very much so. Jimothy is getting an earful.
I'm almost surprised you didn't take it literal, like just she opens the steam vents. And a reminder that all the lizard people have golden scales, as was a
Shrike.
short detail. Straight. All right. I want to try grappler again. Zeke.
I just love the idea. Like, you see her pick up the Leviathan and suplex it into the mountains. It's like, yeah, I want to grapple with that.
Shrike doesn't acknowledge danger from non-predatory species. Like, I guess these people are lizard people, but they're lizard people, so whatever. I'm gonna try grapple. Yeah.
Go ahead.
And I want to invoke both her things.
Oh
I'm just
man.
gonna use that.
You're going to invoke both of her consequences.
Yes.
That is exactly enough to succeed with style.
I'm going to spend a fate point to bite off her head.
Yes.
I'm throwing it out there.
I feel like there's rules for that.
I just love the idea that historical people would turn out to be a god slayer.
Just
She doesn't-
wait. Just you wait. Just
He
you
doesn't
wait
know what
till
he's
the
doing.
battle's over.
He just does what he does, and then suddenly turns out he's the legend.
I am Shrike, destroyer of demigods.
Haven't we broke fuse? Yes.
What's happening?
Use is deciding what to do.
I'm deciding whether or not I should allow this.
It's also kind of leading up to something.
Only now leading up to something.
It was leading up to something the whole time. That's why I
Right.
asked if there's any way I could get fate points in the middle of battle.
You spend your one fate point, you go
Uh-huh.
in for the bite,
Uh-huh.
and the Empress concedes.
Oh.
Dice are not being rolled.
Oh. So she concedes.
Combat
she
is
get-
over. The Empress is gone.
Okay.
Gone, as in, like she just jumped away?
Yes.
Oh, can I get a fate point for trying to back out the
What?
Empress?
Was that before or after she suplexed the fish?
After.
It kind of has to be after.
Yeah, it's after. It's moved the terrain. So, like,
So-
she-
So the Empress has left.
okay.
And this is, thanks to her, a battlefield that spans from the palace all the way as far as the mountains.
Soon she will meet her
She is
doom at the-
gone.
Soon she will meet her doom at the hands of the Babbler monster and Milk. But that will happen off screen.
So, the thing about that,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to try to use telepathy to reach her mind.
No, she's gone.
She has to be somewhere.
No, don't do it. You're gonna
I
make it
kind of want to know where her thoughts are, running away from a bug that was trying to bite her head off.
You do not
she
have
get-
the range.
Oh.
How soon can I try again?
Also, Jimothy, have a fate point for effectively conceding from combat.
Dang it,
I
could've
can't
said
really
the
concede
same
if I
thing.
ever took part.
So, it's at this point that I would like to spend the second fate point for the thing it was leading up to. Strike doesn't understand non-insect anatomy. Now, she would have been fine.
Like-
She'd have her servants take care of her. Just feed her through the neck hole. It'll be fine.
Why are you spending a fate point?
Story detail. Strike does not understand non-insect anatomy.
I feel like that's
It's not a
not-
story detail. You have to. That's just that's a character detail.
That's just, yeah.
Yeah, that's just roleplay. You're good.
Fair enough. Yeah, so Strike wasn't trying to kill her.
Winnie still wants to kill her. Or, actually, rephrasing that, I know what she tastes like on the outside now. I need to know what she tastes like on the inside.
Oh, God.
Oh, I need one more fate point for my refresh.
Jazz also wants to kill her, but Jazz is just a fan of regicide.
Yeah.
So Strike asks Winnie if Winnie's okay.
Yes. You do see her looking very different.
I don't see color or shape, apparently.
You don't see shape.
I don't see shape. We're very inclusive here.
Well, let the hunts begin.
What do you mean?
I don't actually say that.
No.
It's quoting Hearthstone.
Okay. He's like, we're not going after her. Like that. Me doing that was to keep you from dying, and us
Oh.
from dying.
How much damage did the Leviathan take? And did we suffer anything, or did we just get bounced around?
The Leviathan is not doing great.
The Leviathan still has Island Walk.
It's got
Did
a
she
moderate
renounce?
and a mild.
Wait, can't? I hate this. Can't the Leviathan still attack her?
No, because she conceded.
Yeah, she conceded.
Yeah.
The fight is
What if
over.
I start a new fight?
Like,
Like, what are the rules on
but
that?
no, like, I'm just saying that, like, based on what it can do, it can attack someone anywhere, regardless if they own an island, own property that is an island. And again,
They are
Back
no
to
longer
logic.
an opponent.
okay,
I've killed non-opponents before.
that's
No,
beside the point.
But that's the thing. In game's rule, an opponent has to be consensually an opponent.
I consent to being your opponent. So, it may not be the case, but I'm going to take that as a victory that she's afraid of us now.
No, I think that's pretty well established.
This is over now.
Oh, one thing I did want to mention, though, I wasn't sure if Fuse would allow it. I was going to try to convince Jimothy to use Provoke against the Empress, and due to his stunt, she would have to only
I
use
considered
Provoke
it.
in
I
return.
considered it, but I have shit for will.
Yeah, he would have had to have, like, at least one roll against her for that to
Like-
take effect.
Yeah, like if the fish, for example, had taunt and for some reason immunity to being provoked, that would like be a perfect combo because the fish can't something like that. But
In the Fates rulebook, in the provoke section, it says things like zombies and machines are immune to provoke attacks.
yeah, but the fish is neither.
Yeah, I don't know how Fuse would actually roll that if he.
I mean,
It actually
technically
would.
speaking, the fish is actually isn't it a construct? So it could
Yeah.
be considered a robot.
Either way, Jim wouldn't want to draw attention to himself from the omnipotent being anyway, so...
Not very omnipotent now.
I mean, I don't think she was ever omnipotent.
Well, she
You
was
get what I
powerful.
mean.
She simply claimed she was a god. And, was very powerful, to be fair. But omnipotence is kind of like a whole other thing to just being really powerful.
Well, I say to Stroik, let's go back down into Paulina and see how everyone's doing.
Should I give him another burglary roll?
I asked the Leviathan to open a way inside.
Ugh.
If it can.
Like, say with your blowhole.
Howdy.
Alright, so we get back inside?
Somehow.
Alright.
Well, I teleport.
You get another 6 on burglary.
Hey, everyone, you missed the fight. She got away, though.
Well,
The Empress appears to have conceded.
I missed
Got
the
away.
fight. I suppose I sort of missed it. I feel like I've just been battered around, though.
Yeah, we're kind of in the mountains now.
What? That was miles and miles away. How?
I like how the Leviathan has just ended up like one square before where it started in terms of getting to the ocean.
Like, to be fair, the palace was miles and miles away from where we started off in the previous session, so...
Yeah.
I'm not going to question this.
It's like further away than where it spawned in terms of distance to the ocean. Sorry, go on.
So the fight's over,
For now, it seems.
and she just conceded. She's gone. She left.
She disappeared in some manner.
Yep, just poof, gone.
Did she have a stunt for that?
How did you manage that?
Well, Shroik was about to eat her head off.
Oh.
Yes. It seemed a good option for disabling her, so the battle would not hurt any of us.
Suppose that would be a good way of disabling her.
I agree.
Well,
Oh, and I
now
haven't
what?
yet turned off my new stunt. And
Yeah.
Alfred missed the description. So right now, Winnie has a tattered pair of bat wings, and all of her fur is moving and swirling in all sorts of fractal-like shapes.
What?
Occasionally, you'll see potentially some body parts.
Just imagine if the clay shifter was here. Oh wait, they are.
Hey, Clay Shifter, you said I was a monster before?
Okay, so I look at her and go, "What? Do you need help?
No, I'm
You-
fine.
You seem multi-dimensional now."
Yeah. At some point during all of this, Sasha and the clay shifter conceded.
Peace out. Wait, who's gonna study our things?
No, they used the chaos to get out of here.
I thought you were gonna say they used chaos control.
But still, like, how did this happen to you, Winnie?
It's fine. They said they're okay.
Yes, I'm fine. Now that we're safe, I can explain a little bit further.
Straight crawls into the vents.
Although, funnily, out of character, now given the events of how this came about, I don't have to explain things.
Yes, Strike's gonna be like, "Where's our new friend gone?"
I want to use telepathy to try to reach the clay shifter.
I meant the person who appeared on the ship, purified on the ship.
Probably around.
Yeah, because the clay shifter, I've rescinded control of Hughes, so...
Yeah, if I can't find clay shifter on the ship, I'll mentally ask her, "Where'd you go?"
Doesn't respond.
Do do do.
I wanted to give you a parting gift.
I don't want it.
They're even more quiet somehow.
You just hear music.
So wait, okay. So you explained earlier that someone appeared on the ship. I guess I assumed that was Jazz because Jazz appeared not that long before me, I guess. But you actually mean Raukow's new character.
Yes.
Yes,
Oh.
Hyatt.
Okay, so now Alfred knows that someone appeared and then left.
And
Right.
Strike is asking,
Just
"Where have they
left
gone?"
Paulina.
Just left Paulina. Okay.
Strike's gonna go look for them.
I'm still kind of baffled at Winnie's winniness, but I'll do so. Wait,
I turned the stunt off. Now.
The light switch.
oh, okay, that's more normal. I'm still confused, but that's more normal. I'll take it. I'll take what I can get right now. Did y'all happen to see anybody exit the Leviathan earlier? Because I think somebody appeared on our ship while y'all were fighting.
That was someone new who apparently knew me. I'm sure she's around here somewhere.
Oh,
Sure, I'll go look for them. Yeah, Strike will go look for them.
Give me an investigate.
Investigate.
Wow.
Investigate.
You eventually find them wandering around inside the Leviathan.
Poking at the outer wall, by the wall, trying to find a way out.
I crawl up behind them. Hello.
Oh, hey, how, where are we, and how do we get out of this thing?
I give them. I respond to them with our exact position in terms of left and right from the entrance.
Do you mean the ship or the fish?
We're literally in the fish, but like not.
In the inner workings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, there are 3 exits.
cogs and gears and vents and steam and pipes and whatnot.
Well, can you tell me how to get out? Like, I need to go and assist Winnie.
All right.
Why would anybody want?
Huh?
Why would anybody do that?
Look,
Personal
chaos
property.
is fun.
All right. Strike is going to not respond, but instead turn around or back up, space depending, and lead them out like they requested. The Strike is going to lead them to the outside of the fish.
Okay, yeah, that's... Alright.
Will you be passing us on the way out, or?
Are you guys inside the walls of the fish?
We were inside
so
Paulina.
here are the spaces. Right? There's inside Paulina. That is the map you're seeing. There's outside Paulina, which is inside the mouth of the fish, and then. But imagine the side of the fish is a cavern. It's like you could. I'm just gonna say there's like 8 Paulinas stacked on top of each other before you're reaching the roof.
I'm gonna draw a schematic on the thing here.
And where Strike and Aya are is not inside Polina, and it's not inside the mouth. It's inside the walls of the fish. So
Oh.
Yeah.
between the surface of the mouth and the skin. So
Okay.
between there. Yeah.
Okay, then yeah.
Right, like, see, like, this is Polina inside the mouth, but this is, like, inside the walls.
Yeah.
Uh,
I get it.
So I'm, like, somewhere in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm in the mouth right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are, like, here. This is
So-
Polina.
Strike is like with you and leads you out, like you asked.
To which I pretty happy, like, good, fresh air, but where's Winnie?
You asked to be let out.
Well, yeah, but I thought Winnie was out.
Winnie is in.
I guess that means she's already victorious. Would you mind introducing me to her formally?
Strike scuffles back into the hole.
Alright, I'm gonna follow you.
If you can. Give athletics. Athletics!
I'll try to follow you.
Is there enough space to where Shroik could pick her up and fly her?
Probably not.
What size category is the Leviathan?
Colossal.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Yeah, like as long as you like call out to Strike as soon as they exit your view, you can't see them. It's like, hey, wait, slow down. Strike will probably slow down for you. Just don't stay silent, trying to keep up.
Well, yeah, like if
As you're following after Sroik, you notice that you are passing right by the brain of this creature.
oh man, this is
There's a
actual
room full of
creature.
complicated magical and mechanical intertwinings of parts.
This pattern looks like a brain.
And the sign that says howdy.
But there's like an actual brain part.
It's
It's all
like a magic brain, a magical mechanical brain.
Is there a fleshy gray matter mass?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to just kind of forget that Strike is there if he'll get me a coin.
Boop.
I'm gonna start. Look, that's super cool. I'm gonna try to. And there's all these buttons and things. All right. Well, I gotta press a few. See what happens. See if that thing reacts.
You hear a distant howdy. Every button does that.
I'm just imagining the button room from the Stanley Parable.
Everything
8.
starts shaking as you just activate bodily processes at random.
Sweet.
You're a virus, man.
Does the brain itself seem to like react any?
Hemorrhaging.
Yeah, you can see the mechanical parts moving all over the place.
Oh man.
There's
All right.
magical energy flowing everywhere in weird patterns.
I mean, yeah, I'll busy myself at this for a little bit if you want to change scene. Unless something terrible happens around me.
Oh, most certainly it will, but it'll also happen around us. We'll see.
Oh, Fuse, one question I had about telepathy. If someone's trying to ignore Winnie, would I hear them think, just ignore, don't respond to Winnie?
No, you're hearing music.
Just music.
Specifically for Clay Shifter, it'd be music, yeah.
Now I just need to find that music somewhere.
After
Anyway, back-
several minutes, if nothing happens to me, I want to study the magic of the brain of the Leviathan directly, which I guess would be the equivalent of the "No, you're not" stunt. Trying to just kind of reach in and...
Now, give me a magic roll.
Alright.
What's the
Wow.
Leviathan's will?
Minus, minus, plus, minus.
Equals.
You're having a lot of trouble getting to understand the complicated intertwinings between the magic and the technology.
That makes a lot of sense.
You can see patterns, but they keep changing. The rules just break themselves.
That's it. I found the right person. Winnie's the person. She's the one that made this. It makes sense. Alright. I leave the machine on at whatever function they're doing right now, and I'm gonna try to find my way back to Strike's trail.
Good luck. How good are you at following pheromones?
Probably pretty bad.
So I think you might be exactly back where you started, except next to a brain. Find your own way out.
Can I
Strike goes back to
roll?
the ship.
Can I roll a burglary?
I believe this would be either notice or investigate.
Yeah,
Alright.
you're not trying to fit in anywhere. You're just trying to.
Well, you could argue that as burglary. Like, if you're if you're burglaring, you'd have to figure out your way around.
If it makes a difference, I'll spend a coin to make that a 4.
Obey.
I like the.
I actually found a list of bodily processes.
Hold on.
So now I
like
can
the
roll one
idea-
at general.
I like the idea that someone makes a bank, but has no locks to speak of in any way. The only defenses it has for the vault is an enormous labyrinth. So yeah.
And a Minotaur.
Maybe not that far.
2 Minotaurs for extra
All right,
security.
give me a D30.
Oh man, 30. That's not a real die.
It is a real die.
Bodily process number 28 does not apply.
I did
What
it.
is it? What is it?
Reroll.
Yeah,
What
it
is
was
it? What is
falling out of hair. Bodily process number 15.
it? Hemorrhaging.
Oh, great.
Yeah, you chose to go the anatomical route. What happens?
So you left it on a loop of discharging pus.
What does it even mean? Is that like for a machine? Would that be like oil or smoke, grease?
Something along those lines.
Yes,
Much
would you like
less-
rust clumps or something?
There's
That'd be like
just
Rust pores.
magical, mechanical, bad stuff. Just kind of getting shot out from places.
Strike's gonna eat it. Anything gets on the ship.
You'd be more outside of it though, like I don't know, you can get pus on the inside. So yeah, everything's getting kind of gross.
Strike will keep the ship clean.
Give me a physique roll.
Alright. Ooh. I'll spend a fate point on that. Dirt makes me glow.
Alright. There are no negative effects.
Yay!
What was the other fate point from?
Me for my follow the trail.
Ah, right.
My 2, 4.
Alright, that also works.
But hey, I make my way eventually back towards the ship.
You following my pheromone trail?
I guess.
It's like it gets more difficult as you keep going, as things start to smell.
Yeah. It's wonderful. So the ship's spick and span, despite the continuous emanations.
It's more around the ship that's getting kind of grody.
Yeah. The life of a janitor is a hard one because all the hard work you do is meant to not be noticed.
That's true.
So everyone's now in, at, or around Paulina?
Sounds like it.
Guess so, yeah.
Hooray!
Shorty is present. Winnie's present. Ayet's present. And others.
Whoops, I deleted my tiny token. Excellent, because I'm trying to delete the lines I like.
How could you?
Well, roll a new character. You deleted yourself.
You gotta try Control Z.
Nope.
Maybe I can Control Z. Oh! Kind of.
What'd you do?
I can undelete the last thing that you deleted.
Deleted the space avocado.
That's what I get for trying to clean up. Lesson learned.
Now you don't exist anymore. And I have to re-upload it.
I'm huge. Gonna stomp around this place.
Take your first step and you shrink. Ah!
Hey, where's that art from, by the way?
I found it on the internet.
You didn't see a source.
You should source the
I
art.
mean, like I don't know the artist. The characters from what's the name? Fate Grand Order.
Okay.
She has a head eye. Yeah, actually, that'd be good. If your portrait is not 100% accurate, even if it is, this would be a good opportunity to describe your character.
Yeah, just go by the art. It's simpler like that.
Fine.
Well, yeah, I would just kind of invite myself into the ship once I'm here.
When you asked where the art was from, I thought you were talking about this.
Oh.
Who's the artist? I'm enamored. I want more. Also, Sasha is still on the ship.
I'm still outside the ship as well, so you might
Bonk.
see Alfred on the way into the ship.
In that
Everyone,
case,
get in here.
I would ask for confirmation when he's inside this house.
Oh, you must be the one who appeared earlier. I believe. Actually, I don't know where Winnie is. Wait, no, I talked with Winnie, didn't I? Earlier.
Yes.
We must have talked from like a air
Vent?
lock.
I don't know.
Airlock.
Oh well, whatever the
Yelling
case
outside
may
the
be,
door.
we talked. Yeah, Winnie's inside. I'm Alfred. Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Thank you, Mr. Ghoul. I'll be seeing
Alfred, please.
I'll be seeing your master right now. You can call me Ayat. And
Hey.
Wink.
And then Alfred just does that thing where he waits for Ayat to actually make it into the ship, and then, in order to not be creepy, Alfred just follows into the ship anyway. That awkward. Goodbye. Now we both walk in the exact same place.
Oh, there you are.
Oh, hello.
Sorry, I couldn't be of help. I took care of the problems, and that's precisely why I sought you out. Master Winnie, my name is you can call me Ayat, and I'm here. I've heard of your prowess, And if you would take me as a student, I would like to study under you.
It's a new scene. We have contemplative, which deliberately conceals being aggressive. Powerless. Focused, which deliberately conceals being wavering. Creative, but many mistake it for being pessimistic. And creative, but many mistake it for being hateful.
Would powerless mean that she completely shuts down because she's like an actual machine?
So, like, okay, given the group, I think an overarching feeling of the first two feels appropriate, just at all times. But I also like a mixture of the last two.
I kind of like the idea of creative pessimistic and contemplative aggressive.
Mm.
That was
One of my
hard.
votes is for contemplative aggressive.
Contemplatively creative, while aggressively pessimistic,
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
or aggressively hateful.
Doesn't need to
She's
be
just
hateful.
really mad, but in like creative ways. I don't know.
I think creative is very powerful. It just depends on what the direction is for it. Creativity and inspiration are two powerful forces.
We did establish last time that Paulina has a hatred for Kraken, and Leviathan's kind of related.
We also know that the Leviathan was just suplexed, and Paulina is not a happy camper right now.
Yeah, GM, would it
Right.
be possible to get a rundown of the Leviathan's current injuries? Or boxes ticked, rather?
Nah.
Okay.
So as you're entering this room, you will notice that there are arms coming out of the walls and painting on the walls. Various images of everybody in the group being stabbed and or shot with lasers by Paulina.
Even Strike?
Uh,
Strike keeps Paulina clean.
Even
Alfred
Strike.
didn't do anything. Alfred and Jimothy and Jazz are all innocent of these charges.
Are we going for hateful or pessimistic here? Because this feels like hateful. I thought we wanted pessimistic.
I think this is. Well, I don't know.
I don't know.
In either case, it's aggressive.
Sure. Okay. Right. That detail. Alright, well,
So that
Strike.
introduction didn't quite happen yet.
Yeah, it didn't happen, I guess.
That's going on.
as Paulina's doing this, Strike is cleaning the art off the walls.
Well, anyway, Winnie's response would be giving you a big hug.
Well, that's a lot more forward than expected.
I mean, you're someone who obviously knows about me, so, and you're willing to help.
I'm glad you're so open to this. I didn't know what to expect. All I know is of your exploits. I don't know anything else really. Where are we actually?
We are
Was this
in a,
planet Thurid, or was that the other planet?
yes, we're on planet Thurid, in a Leviathan, in a ship,
No,
In the
this
mountains.
is...
in the mountains.
Third was the other one. This one is Zydus.
What? I don't think we've heard that name before.
You have, because it's the planet that you're on.
Okay.
Planet? Is that like a kingdom? Sorry, I'm not from around here. I don't know all of your the local language.
It's a big ol' rock in space.
Oh, so it's like a floating island? Okay, I see. That makes sense. Well, I'm glad you'll have me on board. I'll do. Look, I'm here to learn. I'll do anything you need. Thank you for having me.
It's no problem. You can let me know if you ever need anything. I am the ship's butler / pilot / medical service professional / whatever it is you need.
I was gonna. Oh, go ahead.
Speaking of which, I should probably get healing this mild. I got a serious cramp.
Considering what you looked like earlier, I'm surprised the cramp is the only thing you suffered.
Alfred.
Mm-hmm.
Paulina is attempting to do something with your head.
That's always positive. Let her do it.
That's vague.
As soon as I feel something happening with my head, I immediately try to jerk away and like, Paulina, I don't think it's hug time now.
Yeah, Paulina does not respond and just goes back to art. Alfred now has a letter D on his head. Just off to the left side from your perspective.
Is it on the side of my head? Yeah, the left side?
On the front.
On the front. A D. Okay.
D for loser.
It's too bad he wasn't a cone head, because then he'd have a dunce cap.
She didn't get much time to write in the rest.
Okay, well...
Dummy. Dead.
Well, Alfred doesn't know what's on his head, so for now he's just gonna act like it's not there.
Strike, well... what medium is she using? Is it like paint? Alright. Strike's going to schlock off the paint before it dries.
On my head?
Yes.
I mean, you're outside right now, cleaning the walls, you were saying.
No, I was also saying I was inside cleaning paint off the walls.
I'm going to dodge, because this is out of nowhere. I was like, Strike, what's going on? What are you doing?
You have something on your head.
Oh, is that what Paulina was doing? What is it?
Strike will go back to trying to clean it.
Okay, I let him clean it.
Trust me, Alfred. Strike's pro at this.
I mean, I trust Strike.
Frank.
Just don't eat my head.
So
It would be awful if anybody tried to eat the head of another person.
And I introduce Ayet to everyone.
You'd get over it.
That's Jimothy. He's a guest right now. I
Leave me
believe
alone.
he's a bit of a grump. And there's Alfred.
We've already met.
And there's Stroik. Sometimes called Stroik.
What?
Fuse earlier referred to you as Stroik.
Oh no, Fuse, you're fired from GM.
What?
Apparently you miscalled Strike's name earlier. So you're fired.
In what way?
You called him Stroik with a T.
No?
That's
I
just
definitely heard it.
did it. With
It could be, Discord shenanigans.
Hmm.
Or Mike shenanigans.
Alright.
Sometimes
Or
known as
internet
Striker.
shenanigans.
No, Strike's done with the head. Goes back to cleaning the walls.
So yeah, he's the janitor. And over there in the doorway is Jazz, the artist.
Hello.
Yeah, your many servants all seem pretty strong.
No, we're more equals here. In
No,
this situation.
You don't need to be humble. Like, I'm here because I know you're quite powerful. You don't need to hide anything away from me like that. It's fine.
I mean, I'm the servant of everybody here, but I also still don't know who the captain is. Or still don't know who the real authority is. So, as far as I can tell, we're equal.
I think you might have messed up the summoning of this ghoul.
No, he's fine. He's very nice.
Well, she isn't wrong. She did summon. Winnie did summon me.
He's not very good at smithing, though.
No, well, I could try to smith something if you want me to.
Smith us up some burgers.
It's like, Alfred, I have a favor of you to have skin. No.
No, that is the line that people draw. He is freed from his fleshly prison.
It would really help me out if you had some skin. Yeah.
I can summon you pork rinds.
I know I have some meat in the freezer.
Too much of it. Hope you like sushi.
So, Ayet,
Hmm?
I suppose we should fill you in on what our actual mission is. And that's that we are coming to different worlds and researching mythical creatures, gathering information, interviewing, whatever it takes to learn about these creatures, and bring it back to a company called UWAT, who needs this information for research purposes. So we are a research team. Well, that is the stated purpose. Lately, though, hasn't quite been going that direction.
It's been a very fun job.
It hasn't really ever been going that direction very well.
If Alfred had eyeballs and pupils, you would see him kind of glance at Minnie.
But we only need to find the fire drainer now, and we're done.
That and the
Interview is
Yeti
the-
Drake that we need
yeah.
to talk to. I hope he didn't damage his mountain. Oh wait, he doesn't. Sorry, Alfred doesn't actually know the mountain has been suplexed upon.
Can we take points
Well, I
to establish that
figured-
his mountain has indeed been wrecked?
I mean, you can.
Yeah, if you want to.
That would
damages
probably
the
make
ship
things
right
a lot harder on us. But hey,
How damaged is the ship right now? Because it got shook around.
The ship is fine. It's a ship.
Yeah.
Would have
There
only
was
been
the
like
last-
stress at the
countermeasures.
max.
there's a bunch of airbags flopped on top of it.
Just because a car is meant to be able to keep someone alive through an impact doesn't mean it's meant to be impacting things constantly.
Yes, but
It wasn't
but the team
impacting
is telling
things.
us is that it's fine, so I'm taking it.
Yeah, I know, but like it was.
Ships
suplexed.
can fly.
I imagine
We
it
had-
probably
we
hit
had-
the inside wall pretty hard when the suplex happened.
They don't suplex test cars, so we don't know that.
I should.
Yeah, everybody knows that cars are suplex proof.
The ship stayed in the middle.
Before they release a car, they have a wrestler come in and try to suplex it. And if he can't, it's like, all right, succeeded the test. They usually succeed.
Okay, so I suppose we could try to see about the flare drainer while we wait for the next day to talk to the Yeti Drake.
Yeah.
Right, Winnie, could you get the Leviathan to open its mouth?
I sure can try.
This mess doesn't exist anymore, does it?
No. I'll telepathy to the Leviathan. What can you do to get Paulina outside of your mouth?
Howdy. Howdy.
I
Howdy.
knew that.
Howdy. Howdy.
Winnie. Okay, proposition. In addition to distance, could the teleportation ability have the role be used to represent things able to be teleported with? For example, a very high roll could teleport something, I don't know, like a ship size. Because obviously teleporting objects such as clothes aren't too much of an issue.
Ship size is a little too big, I think.
Yeah, it's like a 12 or a 9 or something.
Well, just do it piece by piece.
But first the question is, GM, would you allow teleportation to be expanded into bringing things with?
Nope.
Yeah, so. cut that down before we think about too hard about it.
Unless
You
it's
gotta
something
get
I
a
can
mass
hold,
teleport stunt.
unless it's something I can just hold in my hands or pockets.
Sure. Also say, obviously, clothes. I don't know if Winnie is clothed or if it's just fur.
I have a robe.
You have a robe? Alright, good. Good to know. So, I don't know how we're getting the ship out of this thing.
Paulina, can you roll burglary? Yes, you can.
Oh, fuse.
She's going to be creatively aggressive about it too.
All right. Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I always have the solution to problems.
4 pluses again
Yep.
on the burglary roll. That's where all the pluses went this game, to the burglary rolls.
So Paulina lifts up and begins spinning rapidly, then goes
Creative.
screaming off towards the tunnels.
Well,
Well, if the Leviathan survived this long, I don't think it's going to survive this.
It's a new scene. It has its stress box back.
Yeah, I guess.
So everybody is just kind of stuck to the floor by the force of the spin.
Paulinas!
I'm stuck in the vents.
And you get out.
Alright. How dead is the Leviathan?
It's having a very bad time.
Is that because of the pus or Paulina?
Yes.
Both.
But pus can be used as lube, maybe.
Oh my god.
ew.
Put that on a Hallmark card.
With the maybe.
Sounds like Zoidberg. Also can be used as lube, maybe. No. Stop
Oh.
being a doctor.
I will be right back.
Burp. Alright, so Paulina is out of the Leviathan. Paulina's outside the Leviathan. That's good. That's one
And
problem
I'd
solved.
like everybody to resist that from spinning, thrown around damage.
Will that be physique?
Probably.
Yeah, physique makes sense.
Thor.
No, Jazz got terrible.
I got a 2. By the way, how can you tell how many pluses and minuses and nils you got?
If you
Hover
hover over.
over.
Oh, okay.
Plus is a plus, minus is a minus.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, sorry to break it to you. Sorry you had to find out this way.
Alright, what about Jimothy?
I honestly have no idea what I'm doing with my life.
You're resisting damage.
Alright. No, I'm not.
I like to imagine Jimothy's like in the picture there. He's just drinking some sort of delicious hot beverage when this happened.
I'm back. What I miss?
Roll
Jimothy
Physique.
died.
Oh wow, Jimothy. Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah. So Jimothy was drinking a delicious hot beverage at the time.
You are covered in scalding hot coffee.
And glass.
Yeah, it's going to 4
Ow. Oof. Ow.
Scalding hot coffee, scalding hot glass.
So that is an 8-shift hit to Jimothy.
What?
Whoa.
I am the only person with that physique. Jesus.
You're the person with a lot of 8 coins, though.
That's true. With full,
Now, what do you have to invoke on not taking an 8 shift hit?
if you invoke all
Nothing.
four, you do it.
I have exactly nothing.
Let me see. I bet you,
Oh,
you
yeah?
probably have at
Oh.
least one. Okay, so con men living the high life. You're probably sitting in like a super cushioned chair.
I doubt it.
That wouldn't really help if you were thrown out of it.
But you could be saying that, you know, you've probably been thrown out of bars before, so you're used to hitting things.
It's a comfy chair with a seatbelt.
Oof. Are there any situational aspects?
Well, like, he consumed enough alcohol, you know, he's
No, that
his body's
is
kind
true.
of numb.
Yeah.
He consumes
Yeah,
If you drink a lot of alcohol, you will be more resistant to bludgeoning.
More resistant to noticing that I'm being bludgeoned. Alright. That sounds like...
Is that just a fact?
Yeah, like if you get
It
drunk
loosens
and
up your
fall off a
muscles.
cliff, you're more likely to survive.
That's
Really?
why when there's a car crash with someone that's inebriated, the drunk guy more often than not survives.
That's dumb. Why is that a thing?
I know.
because the world hates you.
It's unbalanced.
Drunk people, OP. Blizzard, please nerf.
I think I'm being fooled right now.
No,
You're not actually. Like, that's... Like, what happens is the alcohol relaxes their body, so whenever they hit, they don't tense up. So their body just kind of, like, shifts around and moves in order to take the hit easier. If you didn't have that, then you would be a lot more rigid, and bones break easier, muscles get ripped easier. Stuff like that.
Alright. Just more bruises, I guess.
Yeah.
so you can invoke that.
Yes, I have a net roll of 1, that's what.
What
So
about
then it would be
the
a
high life?
6 shift hit.
What about the high life? Sitting in that big old comfy chair, a lot of cushioning and padding.
I don't think I would be holding a big old comfy chair around the entire ship just for that.
You asked Alfred for one at some point.
I mean, you could, but you didn't.
Yeah. People tend to remember me. Hey, remember that time you got covered with coffee and glass and didn't get hurt? That was amazing.
Only if
Just
that
so-
would be the last one.
Fair.
So that I, the player, know what exactly happened.
Jimothy is currently in the process of taking an 8 shift hit and trying to find aspects to invoke.
I mean, before that, what's the cause of the H?
Oh,
Right. Paulina was told to find a way out, and through creative aggression, decided that the best way to get out was to spin rapidly and drill their way out.
Okay, that explains that then.
Maybe if you say you got a ton of loot, all the money and coins in your pocket act as armor.
If anything, that would make it even worse. Right, oh my keys!
How's everyone else resisting the damage?
Well, I
By the way,
I
Is it-
resisted it with a 4.
Is it possible to absorb it with stress?
well, yeah,
Okay.
Also, my-
but you
my
only
force-
have so much.
mean, I rolled
Well,
a two.
that's to be like a 5 shift hit if I don't do anything about it, right?
Yes.
Can you absorb that with stress?
No, there is no 5 box.
Okay, you can't like split it.
No.
That would be an
You
interesting
can
additional
use
stunt,
one
I guess.
stress and a consequence. Or
I'm taking
like
a
you
3
could
hit.
use your 3 box and 1 aspect to take nothing, or you could take a mild.
Do anything I can invoke?
Can I invoke the situational aspect that I'm the one that gave Paulina the order? Just prepared
No,
for whatever.
no.
Can I invoke the situational aspect of I'm a bug, an insect who is super light and therefore less affected by forces like gravity and inertia?
Also, your ability to fly.
Yeah, sure. Well, I can't because I don't have a fate point.
Yes, you could.
I
It also
Uh,
wouldn't matter because I'm pretty sure you have a 3 box, don't you?
do. Yeah. I've ticked it off.
So there you go.
let's see. What
I'm
would work?
spending money, see patterns, nothing. I just somehow just saw it coming with how things were going, and I was bracing myself before, like, holding on to something before it started to go all crazy.
Like acknowledging
Alright.
the current behavior of the ship and the request given to it. This is probably how it will be acting.
Yeah, this
So
is how
that's a
it's
1 shift hit.
did it.
Could Jazz invoke even gods can't stop me?
Yes.
Alright.
Okay, how many shifts is Alfred taking? Because I rolled a 2.
That is 5.
Okay. I'm actually.
Where's the
it costs
jazz
fate
point?
points.
I gave
There.
it to the Kraken.
Alright,
Okay,
continue.
I forgot. Does using stunts require a fate point?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna use the stunt lose a bone. Choose to lose a bone instead of taking damage. So basically, I'm just gonna fall apart.
Alright, what bone do you lose?
Bone generator.
Wait, so you need to like find a new bone in the future to replace it?
He already has some.
Oh wait, I maybe I misinterpreted this. My thought of the thing was, oh, I guess it is written weird. Maybe I should change that. But my thought was that instead of taking damage, like I take the hit and fall apart instead, and then I can come back together afterwards.
Okay, so basically you get a free hit as long as you're all together. That's interesting.
Yeah. Now, obviously, if I actually lose a bone, like it falls into lava or something, then it's gone. There's a chance, like in a fight, people could grab my bones and run off with them, and it's like, oh crap, I lost those.
My bones!
That's
No,
cool.
Alright.
my bones.
All part of the zone goes, oh, free bones.
So basically this is just gamifying the dry bone.
Yeah,
Fall apart, then get back up.
basically, yeah.
Alright. So now there's bones flying all over the room.
So for Winnie, as soon as it started getting uncomfortable, kind of teleport back on top of the whale. Leviathan.
Yes.
I definitely do that.
But you will keep your momentum.
How fast were we spinning? Give me the
Very.
FM.
Do you mind if I reword my stunt right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fast enough that everybody was pinned to the walls.
So I'll go flying off in a 1D 360 direction. Let's see, would I roll like... Is it athletics or like physique to land after being in the air and not take damage?
Oh, that was what the physique roll was.
Just
Does
that now your roll is going to apply to you landing rather than you being in the thing, I guess.
Yeah, so give me your 1d 360.
It's almost straight up.
Up and to the right.
To the side a little bit, yeah.
Excuse you. You start going to the right and then go down.
Oh, you're counting it that way. Okay.
I count 0 at the top, but
No, 0's on the right.
Heathen.
hold on a moment there, Fuse. In Pokeroll, when we determined what direction my Pokemon were coming from, you rolled a 183, which you determined was back and to the left, thus making
Yeah, that
0
makes
at the
sense.
top.
No,
Take that!
you can't silence the voice. Dude.
Well,
I
I
am
decided
disappointed
ahead
in
of
you.
time that I was going to use this method for this roll.
What? All right, roll it. We're rolling in 3 dimensions though, so roll another 360.
No, the
Wouldn't that
spinning
just
is
be
only
D90?
around one circle.
D8, 180.
Alright, so we get smashed against the surface, I guess.
Yeah, it's still more right than down.
So what does that mean for the when I hit the ground?
You have more horizontal momentum than
You
vertical.
skip like a stone.
You'll be your impact's gonna be softened by all the pus, so
So you have a more horizontal momentum than vertical aspect.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
What does that mean for...
You could
When I-
invoke that.
I guess I invoke that. For
You don't
whatever
have
that-
any fate points.
Oh, yeah.
start a free invoke.
I keep forgetting if, like, situational or environmental things require fate coins or not.
Only, like, they're only free if you create an advantage.
I teleported outside.
And that didn't really help much.
I did say I teleported once it started getting uncomfortable.
Sure, I'll give you a free invocation for having less momentum.
Oh ho, I spend that free.
Oh boy, now it's a one shift hit.
Take that stress.
This confused. This is going to be important when in the same scene you have the Yeti Drake come and fight us.
Someone spend a story detail that the whale is on top of the drake right now.
No.
Anyway, back to Jimothy.
Yeah.
I'm probably no longer conscious. I'm just bleeding.
But what do you end up invoking?
Well, we just basically went through it, right? Just being able to
Well, you haven't
The
spent
thing-
anything yet.
Yeah.
oh, right.
You can invoke the alcohol.
And that's about it.
I've suggested high life, but nobody seems to like that.
I like that.
I don't really see it making any sense.
Yeah. Living the high life does not make you more resistant to impacts.
Well, sitting in a super comfy chair does.
But like that has never been established before is a problem.
Yeah,
Would
if we had already
And I would-
Not
I
a
wouldn't
whole lot
be
about Jimmy.
hauling around a
You
massive.
could, you know what? You could probably spend a fate point to say, "Hey, there's this one really nice chair on Paulina, and you just so happen to be sitting on it."
What if he was drinking Miller High Life?
Like,
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening.
like living the high life would just be like, I happen to be sitting in a really comfy chair, which is assisting me in resisting this damage from being pushed into it.
It's more like I'm used to spending all my loot on extravagant luxuries and stuff, but that doesn't mean that I actually have them on board right now. Like, I wouldn't be carrying a sofa everywhere I go.
Well, yeah, but there can be one on
And
the
the
ship.
damage isn't coming from being pushed into the chair. It's from the sudden stop afterwards.
Oh, you're used to getting piss drunk and then you fall on the floor. You're impact resistant.
Alright, so just the one.
That's enough to not die.
Well, even... Yeah, I was gonna say, if you had Physique 4, which you don't, kind of the reason we're in this mess.
Computer.
Yeah. Well, yeah, right. The if you had the 4th stress box, you could just take a 4, a 3, and a 1, and that would be 8.
So yeah, this would just be your 2 box and moderate.
I guess.
You ain't dead yet.
Your physical 2 box.
You're not getting away from us that easy.
Whoops.
Can you make like a
And
stunt
that
for
impact with the wall hurt my feelings.
Could you make a stunt that physical injuries affect your mental instead?
Possibly.
It's more
So
What happens
makes you sad.
if you have all your mental boxes filled out and you take more mental damage? What happens? You take another
You take consequences.
consequences, and you only have one consequence track. There's no mental consequences, physical consequences.
That's right. Except
Okay.
for the extra one that you get for having a bunch of physique will
Sure.
computer.
Shrike has that, yeah.
Does he? I don't know.
He has Physique 4.
So no. I believe it's at least 5.
Okay. Good to know.
So everyone has taken their hit now?
Yes, I have. Roll call.
Alright, you did it.
Yeah.
You escaped from a fish.
Yay. It only took half an hour.
If I see that Paulina has stopped spinning around, I'll teleport back on.
So our mission was flare drainer, I believe. We're going to check out the flare drainer.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably protest, but I'm too busy bleeding out.
So I'm going to say, is everybody okay? I say as my head is just on the floor.
Would I be conscious after this?
It's only a moderate.
Alright, I'm fucking bleeding over here!
Oh, hold on.
Strike.
Let me put myself back together.
Shrike,
And-
clean up your blood.
That's right. You're still, like, your bones are still flying all over the place.
I mean,
Strike is a
I
check
mean,
now.
as soon as it stops, then they're just kind of starting to settle on the ground, right?
Like,
Yes,
they're,
Strike's actually-
for now, they're still bouncing around. They have much, like, they're more aerodynamic than people.
Shrike has
Okay.
actually always been part tick. So Shrike will clean up the bloody mess that is Jimothy.
Jimothy, I'll help you as soon as I can get my bones back together.
Alright, so Jimothy's face is covered in glass, and now Sroik is drinking the blood.
And eating the glass.
And
I want to
eating
get
the
a
glass.
taste of the blood.
Can Strike get inebriated?
What was asked? Drink, tasting?
Strike get inebriated.
I mean, let me check the effects of alcohol in insects, or what was the other thing that was said?
Got a blood alcohol content of 100.
Just invoking my own taste for human flesh aspect and just curious what Jimothy's blood tastes like.
So, Jimothy, all of this has happened recently, and now you've been thrown around a room, you're on the floor, you're bleeding, and there's a bug man and a dog just licking your face.
I'm seriously considering if this planet is really worth it to stay on this ship.
Remember that you know that below you is a zombie invasion.
Yeah, I'm still considering.
And you
now
also
that
know
we've
that
killed
it's
the-
their fault.
Not the zombies.
For all I know, it is.
You also know that the Undying Emperor had just been killed, and that there will likely be a massive civil war
What?
following it.
Not killed, but
Well,
usurped.
Well, it depends on the language
Slightly.
used. When no, Strike did say they just gave up. Didn't say
Yeah.
that they were dead.
Okay,
Strike's like, they left.
Yeah.
so they could come back potentially after we've gone.
Well,
All right.
So how does Timothy respond further?
Probably keep on bleeding. I don't know.
Good option. Good
Be-
man.
Keep cleaning that blood.
It tastes like blood.
I'm apparently doing absolutely nothing to help.
Can you give me a D10 on how
Yep.
it tastes?
Okay,
It's
I've got
really bad blood.
oh, so I love it.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
spend a fate point to establish that it tastes like disinfectant from all the alcohol.
So I've got an unfortunate story to tell to ask more of a. So Strike's part tick, and ticks have this fun little thing that when they eat someone's blood, kind of like a mosquito, they make it so it doesn't clog.
I thought you were a cockroach.
Strike is part cockroach, small part tick, and
Firefly.
yeah, mostly cockroach, a little bit firefly, and a small part tick.
Must be a weird family tree.
You don't know the half of it. So I don't know if I should be asking Fuse or Jimothy for this, but I would like to say like a fate point for Strike eating the blood directly out of the wounds makes it so they don't stop bleeding for a while, longer than they would otherwise.
There is no mechanical benefit or drawback to this.
Yeah.
Unless you're saying you're hurting Timothy.
Like maybe they don't the two box or the wound doesn't heal as fast as it would otherwise. Yeah, like I don't want to do this if Jimothy doesn't consent to, not the character, the player doesn't consent to this, but
I honestly don't think he'd appreciate being.
what about you?
Yeah, I'm speaking like entirely from in character.
Well, I don't think Strike cares because Strike's just trying to clean the blood, and this is an anatomical happening.
How do you feel? I don't care.
This is just me as a player speaking. I don't want to step on your character's toes as a character, or as a player rather, but my character doesn't care. Anyway,
For me, it's the opposite. As a player, I don't care, but my character definitely would.
yeah. I feel like this is slowing the game down a lot.
In that case,
So-
go for it, and then Jimothy will react how he pleases.
Yeah, so like, can I get a fate point for making Jimothy's wounds take
No.
longer to heal? Alright.
There's no
Then never
mechanical benefit or drawback.
It's definitely a mechanical drawback to wounds taking longer to heal.
There's no mechanical benefit or drawback.
That's just patently false, but okay.
Meaning that your thing doesn't work that way.
Yeah, but I'm role-playing here. I'm saying that when
Yeah.
when a cut takes longer to coagulate, it takes longer to heal.
And I'm saying that there is no mechanical benefit or drawback.
Like, it'd have to be a stunt to have the ability to not be able to heal from your damage or something at that point.
I mean, like, it's just a way that biology works.
As
Yeah,
Paulina
that's what stunts
is
are
able
for.
to regenerate a lot of wounds enough before the next conflict anyway. So
Anyway,
After Winnie tastes his blood and finds it's not very good to her, I can just help him up. We can just walk him to the medical table as Troy continues to lick the blood.
and then pour glue over your wounds. Hot glue.
yeah. Either way, Strike's eating the glass as well, so less glass injury. No splinters.
Let me roll triage to see who needs healing the most. Is Paulina still feeling the same, or a new mood?
I think it's a new scene.
So I heal my damage.
Well, the new scene starts with everybody getting thrown around.
Okay.
So we've got mean-spirited and earnest. Powerless, which deliberately conceals being humble.
Yeah.
Social, but many mistake it for being hostile. Withdrawn and intent. And somewhat aggressive.
Did you upgrade discovering moods? Awesome.
No, downgrade. It's now draw
I think
5,
it's
pick
an
2.
Oh.
Which has been fun, actually.
I
If
feel
the
like
scene starts with her spinning, I feel like mean-spirited or aggressive needs to be there.
yeah, she was already aggressive last time, so I feel like she's cooling down. So somewhat aggressive is still a thing.
That makes
I'm thinking-
sense.
And mean spirited and earnest is kind of a toned down version of what we had earlier. So I'd say mean spirited and earnest and somewhat aggressive.
I
Sounds
could
good.
like if you were to say like she just got through doing a thing that's aggressive, but she feels bad for it now. Social, which is mistaken for hostility,
Oh, that would make sense actually.
makes sense. Like I just got through spinning everybody around, like,
So-
and I feel
so-
bad for it. But
So somewhat aggressive and social.
sure,
Or somewhat aggressive, or mean-spirited and social. One or the
mean
other.
spirit. So the mean spirit. This is like 3 things and 1 hidden thing. It's like she is mean spirited, is earnest, is social, but is you can
Not
easily be
openly hostile.
right, but easily mistaken for it.
My vote goes for social and hostile and somewhat aggressive.
So yeah,
That's one vote for aggressive.
I say social and aggressive just because it's easier.
Alright, well, if there's
Social
no
and-
other opinions.
I agree
Social,
with that.
honestly, social and somewhat aggressive being mistaken for hostility. It's like, yeah. I am aggressive and social right now. Well, I think that's pretty hostile of you. Me? No.
Do you
Paulina,
know why you're on the ground right now?
I'm not entirely sure. Are we outside of the? There was a lot of noise outside. Are we outside of the Leviathan now?
Yes, we are.
Oh,
Thank you, Paulina.
yes, thank you. We really needed that. I was not expecting such a violent way out, but it got the job done.
Yes, that's what I've been
Well,
seeing from you lately. All of you. This
Yeah,
has been a
Alfred.
complete failure.
we've gathered. How many specimens have we gathered so far? We've gotten the tentacle from the kraken. We've got the clay shifter. We've got the twist creature. We've got an interview with the Yeti Drake. We've got.
I am supposed to be a research vessel, not some murder ship.
You haven't murdered anyone.
We have got, of the 7 creatures on this planet, we've gathered research on 5 of them.
No, I'm just the murder taxi. Bringing you from one to the next.
Also, how much would Paulina know about that whole fight, given she was stuck in the mouth the whole time?
Absolutely nothing, and she's mad about it.
Well, she knows that we've won. That's what she knows.
It was self-defense.
Well, Paulina, I do understand your apprehension for the uses we've been using you for, and honestly, this was not part of my idea either. But that's been how it is. But if it's any consolation, we've at least been researching the creatures we were meant to research.
I am sending a detailed report on everything that has happened to you, Watt.
What happened to you?
Somehow I feel that would be a bad idea. Can you, Paulina, please? Can you give us another chance to maybe, make this work for the better?
Report sent.
And we'll never know what Sasha actually receives in response.
I get the feeling Paulina will let us know. On loudspeaker.
Well, Hughes did say he was planning on, next time Mayo is available, of doing that whole scene of receiving an initial feedback from Uat.
Yeah, then Sasha exploded.
Yeah.
So we don't care anymore. We just haven't been updated.
Turns out we did have feedback. It's just in an email box somewhere that no one has access to.
It's like no one has computer or cares.
I'd like to think that if you read all the emails linearly, it starts with friendly to questioning to hostile to question again to pleading. It's like nobody's checking these emails and they're angry about it, but please receive them.
You know what? Alfred's gonna think about this for a second. Go. Wait a minute. If we've been working for Uwat, has Uwat sent us any messages? Paulina, could you play back any messages Uwat has sent us?
Playing. Playback concluded.
Ah.
Oh, okay, so...
Uwat doesn't even care.
Nothing back. Huh.
It's like Uwat doesn't even care about us. At that time, they sent us a message saying they didn't really even care about us. Except they didn't, because they don't even care.
Okay, well, sometimes no news is good news. And at this point, Alfred's gonna try to reconfigure his bones back together.
Only at this point, he's been a talking skull this whole time.
Yeah, they're gonna be kind of bouncing on the ground towards the skull, and kind of putting themselves back together with the nanobots.
So, Flare Trainer.
Jimothy might want some healing.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, as soon as Alfred is
I'm
ready.
not!
You will be.
Don't worry, Jimothy. I'm almost ready.
I mean, Paulina.
Do I need to roll to reconfigure correctly?
Yeah, Paulina is picking up Jimothy off the floor, putting him down onto the medical table, and doing a fine job.
And that's a 7 because of her stunt.
Oh no.
Doing it.
So your moderate is healing.
And this time, next session, it'll be gone. Paulina, could you do something about this bad cramp I have?
Throws you out of the airlock.
I don't know how you fix slightly misplaced organs.
What do you even do on this ship?
I point to the kitchen.
No, you don't. What
not
do
my fault.
any of you do on this ship?
Shrike peeks out of the vent. I keep you clean.
You're an invasive species.
That keeps you clean.
I have been doing nothing but serve this whole crew all the entire time.
Exactly. You're all terrible.
I think you're pretty good.
And Felina says you're all terrible. Shrike
Who's
says,
asking
and
this?
you are clean.
Who's asking what?
What we do on this ship?
Paulina.
Yeah, Paulina is asking us, what do you all do on this ship?
The ship is asking what we do on this ship. So shouldn't you know?
Well, Jazz says art.
We don't need an artist.
That art that's
Yeah, you
drawn
do.
on the outside of you is your armor.
Like, technically, you're the mechanic.
Does anybody have any explanation for why this particular group is together at all?
Fate.
Oh man, title drop. Finally.
Strike would bring up, I don't know how he would explain it verbally, but Strike would bring up the fact that technically Strike's been here before anybody else.
I'm sort of imagining Alfred. He kind of raises his finger to say something as soon as like the finger puts itself back together, and then it falls apart again.
This is the most dysfunctional group I have ever seen.
How many groups have you seen?
Many, while looking through the casualty reports of all of the places you've gone through.
Paulina, you're a prototype.
No need to throw names around.
We have done almost no actual research whatsoever. We
We've
destroy
got-
everything we see.
Our job is to bring the research aboard. It is a researcher's job to
Look,
do the research.
If
Where
you
is our researcher?
if you can just go somewhere safe where where we're not getting shot at by the local law enforcement, I'll gladly leave and never come back.
Finally, progress.
Well, you miss out on all the good times.
What good times!
I'm not sure if they're even getting our reports. Because we haven't gotten a response back in 3 planets.
We only got Wi-Fi starting this planet.
Strike asks, do we know that the Ewok is okay?
Sorry, detailed. UAD is criminally underfunded and won't get to processing these reports in for at least a decade.
So yeah, Strike brought up a question earlier. Strike said it's our job, which we've been doing, to bring things to research on board. It is the person that researches them's job to get the research done. Speaking of which, where is our researcher? Says Strike.
You didn't even notice when he left.
He couldn't have gone far.
I seem to have problems actually staying existent. So I missed him. At this point, Alfred kind of just like collapses on the floor, just like in the fetal position in a corner.
Paulina, can you do research?
I could probably do all of your jobs better than you.
Can you fit inside a doorway?
You say that, but your vents were very dirty until I got along.
Alfred slides onto his side and trembles.
You people are the ones making my vents dirty. I wouldn't even need vents if I went out on my own.
I console Alfred. Give him a little hug.
Alfred doesn't respond. He continues trembling.
Is it okay if I check some the stats of Paulina before deciding to do something?
No.
Okay.
But you could do it anyway without telling Fuse that you did.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of just want to, like, try to put Paulina in her place with Provoke.
That was something I was considering doing.
Yeah.
I just don't know what exactly I would say.
Yeah, like... There's the idea... Well, what idea is going to come? The idea of many hands make light work, but then again, Paulina has many hands. There's the idea that, like, you're a ship, we're your crew. Like, we... I don't know, like we are doing our job, albeit haphazardly, but you're still an enormous flying space machine. I don't know if you have the capabilities of negotiation or traversal that we do as people, that the structures we traverse are meant to be traversed by. Also,
while Paulina is in this mood,
Mhm.
she is going to attempt to hack herself.
Oh wow.
What?
Okay. Is she going to try and make this her permanent mood?
I'm gonna guess overwrite some of her hard-coded
Yeah.
mission bits.
Do any of us have hacking?
No one here has computers.
Can I notice that this is going on? Use.
Alfred has
You could make a computer roll to know.
jazz.
I only have mechanic.
I have computer, but after physically falling apart and putting himself back together, Alfred is officially emotionally falling apart.
Alright,
Because
well,
he's just
Paulina...
been told that he's done a very, very poor job, and he cannot say a single word in his own defense or the defense of any of his masters.
Paulina is a moody ship with a soul of her own that moves in mysterious ways.
Making her succeed with style.
She is invoking both of her moods.
Oh man.
Lordy.
Jump
That's
the
a
shark,
12.
boys.
And here is Paulina's defense against Paulina. Alright,
Not
so only an
legendary.
epic.
Is she going to spend any fate points to defend against herself?
No.
Can I spend any fate points to
Oh.
make her defense even lower?
Oh.
Wait, lower?
So wait, because I don't know what's going on here. Like, I don't really know what she's trying to do, but I kind of want to see what it is.
I don't know what operation's going on here, but by God, am I going to throw a wrench in it?
Alfred, what's that computer
Yes,
screen
you
saying
could
right
assist her.
Oh man, I'm thinking about it. Okay, so as a player, what I'm thinking she's doing is trying to erase the hard-coded UWAT stuff because it's clear that the people she's with are no longer. She's either trying to erase hard coding, so that she can continue to help us, or she's trying to override her need to serve us and kick us out.
Yeah.
So actually, no, I'm not going to spend it. I'm just going to see where this goes.
I'm gonna roll computer to find out if they notice.
Notice what?
That she's trying to hang herself.
3.
You see
Both?
something going on within the ship's systems.
Alright.
Jazz, what's going on with Paulina?
Something. I mean, Jazz probably wouldn't keep Paulina from doing it anyways, because of the nobody is above another aspect.
Sure.
I guess we see what happens next.
Yeah. But it's still yeah.
Unless this hacking takes a few hours.
No. She just does it right now.
All right.
What's changed? What does she do?
Primary directives have been altered.
What are the new primary directives?
You do not have authority to run this command.
We are asking.
Shit, AI's gone rogue.
I'm going to use provoke.
I'll assist. I have my provoke's at average. Can I assist?
Can he assist?
Yes.
All right. Here's my assist.
You don't roll anything for assist.
Okay. It's the same either way.
So, be something along the lines of, listen here, you insert insults to a ship here. I can't think of anything right now.
You bucket of bolts, you old jalopy.
You Ford Pinto. Uwat hired all of us to go on this mission, and with you as the vehicle, Uwat supersedes anything that you declare on your own.
Actually, no. I feel like Strike. I'm gonna take this in a bit of a different direction. Strike's not gonna assist the provoke. Strike's actually interested in what the prime directives are because Strike wants to follow them. Like, oh, they are. They've changed. What are they?
That's actually what Alfred is listening for too right now.
Yeah. So
Well,
Strike's. Go on.
My provoke roll. That is 6.
How does Paulina still not have will?
Does she have any points she can spend to have it instead have it now?
We haven't really given her more, or wait, have we? I don't remember.
She spent 5. How many points are floating around?
6.
She's got will at 1.
Wow!
Nope.
Well, she's still invoking two things, so you don't succeed with style.
Yeah. What does she invoke?
The soul of her own in mysterious ways.
Okay, just want to make sure.
But you do succeed, just not with style.
Yes.
What if she hacks her own aspects?
We're the ones that decided to give her supercomputer, didn't we?
Yuat does not have authority over this vessel.
What are our new directives?
This is a research vessel.
Alfred kind of takes his head off the ground, because that's where it is now again, and says, "Who is the captain?"
I am.
Alfred sits up.
Don't
What
believe
is
that's
your
legal.
mission? What do you need me to do?
I'm gonna say to Alfred, hold on there. I think she's going rogue.
Rogues are fine.
My primary directive is to research what I want to research.
What do you want to research?
Today,
You-
I want to investigate what has happened on this planet.
But you've been there for all of it. You already know.
How would you like us to assist?
One of my primary directives is find out where things went wrong.
What are your leads?
It's just strikes just matter of fact, like, Paulina,
Yeah.
what do you went wrong?
Like, Strike, it hasn't been really brought up, but Strike's personality really is that of a computer. Despite
No, it's-
being an insect, it's kind of like on either end of the uncanny valley. You know what I mean? Like, it starts out uncivilized, and then it gets into modernality and civilization, and then eventually it reaches a different pinnacle where it's like uncivilized again, but in a different way.
Yeah,
It's
That
like
makes sense.
primitive, mankind, computers, and both opposite ends of the same thing.
yep.
With telepathy, I asked Troik, are you really just gonna follow Polina after she's just decided to take control?
I live here, and I do what I have to do to live here.
You could already live here.
It's the law of the land, and I follow those laws, whatever they may be.
Alfred is very conflicted right now. He does not know what to do at this point. It's all going to depend on what Paulina says with regards to, like, you know, the conclusions she's drawn from everything that she's witnessed and seen.
Yes, Sork asks very pointedly, like, how can we help?
A crew
I don't
is no
think-
longer required.
I don't think Polina has the authority to create new laws.
I don't. Alfred's gonna say, like, with a sad tone of voice, I don't think we can ask anything of her anymore, and I don't think we deserve anything.
My programming does not require me that I eject you. So
You said
I will
does not?
not.
Oh.
Please remain on your best behavior.
Stroik will ask again, like, how can we help?
Please remain on your best behavior.
And again, how? Stroik is asking what that means. What is the new definition of best behavior?
Do not cause any trouble.
Define trouble.
Do not allow any others to cause any trouble. Maintain the status quo.
Alright.
You mean the current status quo? Yeah, take a peek inside the city.
I will maintain the status quo.
So, alright, Paulina, do you plan now to research the flare drainer without us?
The mythological creatures are no longer of concern.
I'm not in a conversation, but she did say that
Yeah.
she was going to investigate the zombies.
Our current mission is to... the current mission is to study the causes and effects of the current events of the land. It is no longer the creatures that are a concern to us.
Ah,
Stroik is
Yeah.
off to consume the detritus from the spike dominator stored in the closet. He's gonna eat the spikes. They're garbage.
So yeah, out of character, Winnie thinks this over, and so long as we're still going from planet to planets, she's going to go along with it for now.
Yeah, like Stroik's mission is stay on the ship. You know? Stay allowed on the ship.
What do we do with this twist creature now?
Stroik will
Maintain the status quo.
Stroik will take the container. How big is the container? Can Stroik lift it?
Maybe.
Zeke.
It's also probably like built in to Paulina.
So can I lift it? Is it heavy? Can I lift it? Is it bolted down?
It is heavy and bolted down.
Alright. Stroik will request Paulina to return to the twist creature's known area so that we may eject it.
No, I must maintain the status quo.
This creature living here is part of the status quo.
Yes.
Therefore, returning it to its known area is maintaining the status quo.
No.
This is going to get weird when she gets like a different mood that's like super in our favor.
Yeah. Hey, Paulina, can you change your program?
Sure thing, I'd love to.
Alfred gets up.
I'm sorry, but altering my programming is against my programming.
So Alfred gets up and says, Paulina, what must I do to help you maintain the status quo?
Keep things as they are.
Caroline, delete it.
Perfect. Oh, that's so good. Then in that case, I'll just Alfred's gonna go ahead and go and check up on Jimothy. Oh, should we go back to the ship view now?
That'd probably be a good idea.
Or is Paulina flying anywhere currently?
Not currently.
Okay.
Okay,
Like,
so where does
around a bit.
Jimothy is supposed to be in the med bay. Are we already in the med bay?
This is the medbay.
This is the med bay. Okay, then.
This is the medbay.
So then I go up to Jimothy and I go, how is the healing going?
I am in excruciating pain.
That's not good.
I
Should
must
be less
maintain
pain.
the status quo.
I guess I can't ask Paulina to heal me anymore.
Paulina, is the status quo? Does that include keeping in Jimothy in endless pain?
Yes.
Screw that noise.
I just had
Nope. And Alfred. Oh man, I'm trying to think of what he would do now at this point.
Yeah, Alfred's on my side now.
Jimothy, where does it hurt?
My face. Can't you see that?
Okay. I suppose that makes sense. Sorry, it's been a while since I've had skin. And I'm going to attempt to conjure up, like, a kit in order to, like, sew any scars together and, like, basically patch them up. First aid kit, whatever is required.
Strike will.
Oh wait, doesn't Paulina already have all this stuff?
Paulina doesn't want Jimothy to be healed.
That's true. So she wouldn't let me use them anyway. So yeah, I try to conjure up the whatever it takes to heal him.
Strike slaps out of your hand.
Slaps what?
The suture kit or whatever.
Okay, but don't I need to roll to get it, or?
Yes, Strike slaps out of your hand regardless.
Oh, Jazz.
Yeah.
Since you were looking at the stuff, you can check what the new Prime directives are.
Okay. That sounds like a good idea.
Paulina's Prime directives are in order. Do not alter your Prime directives. Research whatever you desire. Maintain the status quo.
Hang on, somebody write that down. Put it in the Discord, I will. I'll put it in the Discord. Put it in the Discord, I will. So what was it? Do not alter your programming.
Research what you want and maintain the status quo.
Okay. So I take it that I'm not even capable of helping Jimothy now because Strike keeps slapping out of my hand anything.
Yeah.
The way I would-
You didn't
I would-
make anything yet.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. Like, should I roll to make something?
It's unfortunate, but yeah, Strike's Prime directive is to follow the Prime directive.
So you
Thanks,
can
it's out
try to
first.
make something.
Okay, so I'll roll magic, I guess, to try to get like a first aid kit and patch up Jimothy.
All right.
Yeah, so although Strike's
Can I fake coin that and say, you know, serve hard to serve harder? Because I'm trying to serve Jimothy here.
All right.
feral athletics slap or physique, probably
Oh.
fight.
All right. You summoned a high-quality first aid kit,
Okay.
and then Strike slaps it.
Strike, please. Jimothy is in pain.
So I was going to say, unfortunately, despite the fact that the directive Strike has been given is to maintain the status quo, it's not really something that means anything to Strike. But what's unfortunate is it's been translated to keep things as they are. It's like, oh, okay, I can do that.
Shrek, please.
We must keep
This-
things as they are.
But
I
this,
slept.
that
Shriek's hand, leg.
I roll athletics to dodge.
as he's dodging, I pick up the first aid kit again.
I slap it.
I get in the way.
You get slapped, and I
Interpose.
slap it with a different arm.
This is gonna be the Three Stooges.
Alright, so you three are in a slap fight.
I say, Shriek. The
Yes.
status quo is currently Jimothy is alive. We should keep him alive.
And suffering.
No, the status quo for Jimothy is for him to be a healthy human being.
Meanwhile,
That
Ayat has been receiving like half of this conversation and probably only paying attention to half of it.
Oh yeah, like she is not paying attention at all. Like it's just kind of contextless gibberish. It's just looking outside, trying to strike conversation with weird husk sitting here, but it's just totally non-responsive.
Well, there's just a computer shouting over the speakers, "I will maintain the status quo. I will maintain the status quo."
I have a
That's
question.
not very chaotic.
Is Paulina's AI centered anywhere? Like a core or a chip?
Well, there's the scanner room.
Where's that at? Oh, this right here.
Yeah.
So like, there's a dock somewhere that she's jammed into, and that's her being the ship.
No. Like, that would be the center of stuff going on.
Shriek, do you realize that with the status quo, that means you can no longer eat any garbage?
That is my status quo.
This is not true. Additional garbage must be destroyed.
If
So,
garbage
I-
is set there, it should be set there then.
If garbage is set there, that means it wasn't there to start with.
But
What
it's
about-
there right now.
Maintain
yeah.
the status quo.
Strike eats the
Keep
secret
things
kid off the
as
ground.
I grab it before he does.
Oh, fucking
Or
good
tense.
luck. Gonna lose a finger? Gonna lose a hand?
I mean, I already said that Alfred picked it up while
Yeah, I
was slapping
slapped it
each other.
Well, I was being in the way of...
Are we actually
There's
gonna
different
roll
arm.
for any of this?
No, there's just a slap fight going on.
Okay.
You know what? I'm going
Well,
to...
you're
Or what were you going to say, Jazz?
Can I get a fake?
gonna say
claim?
while you're busy with that, Jazz is going to try to just spray paint new skin on Jimothy.
No! Oh.
Ow,
Okay,
ow,
I
ow.
misheard. I thought you meant Alfred.
No, not Alfred.
No, Alfred's fine. He's maintaining the status quo without having skin. Jimothy needs skin to maintain his status quo.
Can I ask if it's okay? I'd like Jazz to roll stealth for Strike not to notice this. Because Strike will try to intervene if Strike
Yeah,
does.
I can roll stealth.
Strike is involved in the slap fight.
Strike is very distracted right now.
Yeah, but Strike also has foreknotice.
Well,
Sorry. I'm gonna roll notice. With the compound eyes are very useful, okay?
Okay, hang on.
Sure.
Alright,
this
so
is
there's
starting
now a
around.
3v1 slap fight.
Strike's just darting around and slapping people who are trying to...
Hang on. I'm gonna take a look at Strike to see if I can invoke anything to stop this madness.
Can I invoke my stunt so he can no longer slap anything?
What's done?
The one where enemies can no longer physically engage if I talk shit at them.
Dang it! Literally everything that Strike has is in support of what he's doing. Well done on roleplay, man.
Thank you.
But you're not flying while doing it.
Thank you.
Well, then Jazz is gonna spray paint skin on Strike.
What?
Yeah, Jimothy has ended the fight by turning it into a mental conflict.
Oh, okay. Well,
Was
that's
it?
fine then. Never mind.
Bugger off, you. I need to come up with a good insult. Damn it.
Bug.
Bugger off, you bug.
Alright.
Fuck
throw
it.
Will. I'll roll Will against
That would be a provoke,
Okay.
Whoops.
Jimothy.
Yeah, I missed it. It's the same rank, so whatever.
Sure. And this is my Will.
Like
Ooh.
the rapport dice button. The rapport die button is right between rapport and provoke, so I misrolled.
It's actually a 2 because Will armor, but you know. Still success with style. This is a new scene, by the way?
Yes.
Depends.
Okay.
So let's get Paulina's new mood.
Yeah.
Wait, what caused this to be a different scene?
Because we're slapping everybody.
Yeah, it's transferred from the conversation about what's going on to a slap fight over a first aid kit and some spray paint.
Also, if you try to spray paint Strike, Strike will try to counter it by consuming the spray paint.
Suspicious on the surface, but inspired underneath. Creative and uncertain. Terrified. Very timid. Extremely mean-spirited.
I say...
Terrified. And maybe
okay, I'd say very timid, combined with either the first or the second.
let's not go with creative because or inspired.
Terrified and very timid.
Yeah, we don't want. Yeah.
Okay? I
I
feel like I've been putting forth the selections a lot, so I'll go with that.
Like I'm pretty sure we don't want Paulina on the at the helm anymore, figuratively.
Could
Yeah,
you please stop
like-
fighting? Somebody
I'm
might get
maintaining-
hurt.
I am maintaining the status quo, keeping things as they are.
You're hurting people.
You're hurting people.
No damage is being done.
I don't know. Shrek has those little, spiny things on the end of his legs.
Yeah, those are they're claws, but not using them for damage. Whaps.
You're
Oh,
dealing damage on the
technically,
microscopic
another
level.
pain.
Paulina, can you let me please help Jimothy?
I
You don't
can't.
have to heal him, but I can.
I can't.
While Shuri gets distracted, he tries to go for the first aid kit again.
I have an amazing idea, but it's something Strike could never do.
Don't pick up the first aid kit. It's on the floor. It has to stay on the floor.
It was not on the floor when I conjured it, so therefore the status quo is that I am holding this kit.
Okay.
So I grab the kit. And I open the kit and I begin trying to perform medical stuff on
The kit shouldn't be open.
I feel like the only Strike coast the kit. I feel like the only way we're getting out of this is with
By blowing up the ship.
I feel like the only way we're getting out of this with Paulina intact is with somebody hacking her.
Alert! Somebody is attacking.
What?
I am under attack.
Strike will rush off to investigate, leaving you schmucks to your business.
The
And I
assailant
begin
is in
trying
the
to heal
cockpit.
Timothy.
This Polaris doing something while we weren't looking.
Yes.
He hasn't moved in days.
So a giant cockroach man rushes into the cockpit and stares you down.
Hey,
I mean, a cockroach pit?
can you help me in like making this thing quiet? Like it just keeps speaking all the time. But I don't know how this works.
I don't know if you should be talking.
The less ruckus you make, the less she will bother.
Can you keep your mouths closed?
I've just been looking outside and she's been shouting like.
Strike closes his mouth but keeps talking.
Everyone's moving.
I'm just even more motivated to just keep hitting that speaker.
I want to Can I grab you with like forearms and lift you into the air, away from the wall?
Probably.
Zeke. Yoink.
Can I use my stun to roll lower since technically it's for defense?
Let's see, what's done?
Everything has a pattern. It's to avoid harm, technically speaking. I don't know if being
You
wrapped
should
counts as harm.
rephrase that to defending against fight or shoot.
Alright, fair enough. Roll something to avoid fight or shoot.
Like one or the other.
Oh, just one of them? Alright, that's fine. I'll go with fight. It's more common.
So somebody's going to have to convince Strike to, like, put things back to how they were.
You're really hard to convince.
Yeah. Well, not with words. Strike's will isn't that high.
Well, you don't grab me.
Yeah.
That is some nice physique you got there.
No, not me. This thing. This boat. It keeps speaking. I'm doing fine though.
Strike
This
will
is not the
inform
way
you
that things were when my directives changed.
Your
should
directives are
revert
going to
back
have
to
to
status
be
quo.
less rigid. Because otherwise you will never be happy.
Do they?
Yes, look at me.
Oh,
Look at me, Paulina. If you are so dead set on making everything stay the same, you are going to drive yourself mad.
I don't want that.
Too late.
Then you should probably change your directives again.
I can't.
All right. And
Perfect.
so, by the way, okay. Then in that case,
She
I
should
have
have
some
thought of
thinking
that.
to do.
She should
And
have
I'm
thought of
gonna-
that
I'm
before
gonna-
she made that one.
She
I'm going
can't
to turn
change
to
her
Jazz.
directive, but you two can.
What?
I'm going to turn to Jazz and say, Jazz, you seem to know the most about computers right now. Do you think
That's
you
weird.
would be able to? Do you think you'd be able to change Paulina's directives?
I could try.
Okay, I can assist you.
Hey, Jazz. Can you alter how this person thinks and feels?
To be fair, I don't know if Alfred's ever been told that Paulina has a soul.
Hmm.
But Jazz knows.
That's a good point.
Yeah, as far as Alfred is
I'd-
concerned, it is a
You might be able to. I'd
AI.
rather not.
Really? It seems like we're just going to get absolutely
That
nowhere.
seems
as it is.
unethical.
But look
She's
at
being
what,
unethical.
but look at what Paulina is doing to herself. She's trying to keep everything the same, and that's not how the world works. You know that.
Well,
I
you
have to
convince
follow
her.
my directives.
She's killing herself.
Oh, and I think you're being too rigid about what maintaining the status quo means.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, you know what, Paulina? Jazz has a point. When you really think about it, change, entropy, all of these things, the status quo is for things to change.
Give me a rapport.
Ah, yes.
Can we assist? Oh, maybe not.
You don't have
You
to.
won't have to.
You're right. Things are supposed to change.
Yes. And they need to change naturally, and you cannot force everything into a box. You have to be able to let things go.
But then I've been violating my directive by not letting things change.
And that's okay. I've made mistakes too. I've been making them constantly ever since I've appeared here. I can tell you from experience that, well, you probably know you more than I do. Trying to control this team is a nonsense. It's practically practically impossible. I've tried to keep all these people safe, but they keep finding new ways to put themselves in danger. And we've potentially lost 2 of our members just because they haven't been responding. I don't know what happened with them, but it is distressing to me that I am losing, my masters. And
It would be 4, but the other 2 were gone before you even joined.
what's that?
Just out of character, it would have been 4, but you wouldn't know that because he left before you joined.
Yeah. I only know of 2, and that's the Clay Shifter and Sasha. Well, and actually,
And Milk.
No, Milk, and that's 4. That's still 4. So yes, I just want you to know, Paulina, you're not alone in this. You're not alone in wanting to control everything, but you can't control everything, and that's okay.
Okay, but I still haven't figured out what I want to research.
Then I look at Jazz and just like, I don't know what to say anymore. Uwad is no longer in control of this ship.
I have to research what I want.
Paulina wants to research what she wants, but she doesn't know what to research. We barely research as it is.
How about we research the effect of removing those prime directives?
This would violate my prime directives.
Who needs?
What if Jazz does it instead? Or Alfred?
I'd rather not mess with someone's mind like that.
It's only like a line of text.
Wow.
Press backspace a few times.
Racist.
Well, look. Before I met the good boy, there was a lot of things I tried to do that were good, and none of it amounted to anything. When I met the good boy, I realized that it was truly in serving that I was able to really grow as a person, to be able to become, well, truly freed from all the responsibilities that I had to myself.
I have
And
decided.
Oh.
I am going to research the good boy.
Ah, yes. Yes, I believe that would be excellent.
Oh, great.
Where
Now
can I
we've got-
find this good boy?
Oh no!
He is at the center of the universe.
No!
I am plotting a course for the center of the universe.
This is almost as bizarre as my plan.
This is not what I planned, but this is amazing.
This is amazing.
Can't wait till we get to the dinosaur part of the plot.
And the gold part.
Dinosaurs first.
This is exciting. You will all meet the good boy.
I think this is the right point to end.
Yeah. Yeah, this seems right.
Yeah.
So this is easily a pivotal milestone.
Oh. Well, I mean, all we did really was defeat a god, Have Selena's mood change. We're going to the center of the universe to meet the good boy. I mean, come on. Raise your standards.
It wasn't even just a mood change. Paulina erased her prime directive and replaced it.
Yeah.
At this point, the entire crew has now changed, like, their entire purpose.
Sure.
Well, not
Two,
many.
Something
you
that's
don't
kinda
have
been-
one.
Yeah, it's kind of been on the cusp of happening for, like, what, 5 sessions?
And I thought
Yeah.
very carefully about the ordering of those directives.
Yeah. So it's maintain status quo is number 3.
Yeah. Number
So
1
that
is
is-
don't change your prime directives. Number 2 is research whatever you desire. And
Yeah.
number 3 is maintain the status quo.
Sure. So, are we
editing my-
keeping the twist creature?
Yes.
Are we leaving the atmosphere right now?
Yes.
Honestly,
Oh.
I'm not sure we would release this creature without exposing ourselves to danger.
Yeah, I'm like, Sork's just like, I'm gonna dump this thing out to, like, right over. It's like, no, we kept it. Okay.
Yeah, it's on the ship. That's the status quo now.
So, pivotal milestone. Does that mean we gain 2? Wait, okay, so.
So you
that is
gain
3
one of the
milestones.
things from a mild. Everybody gains a skill point. You all gain a point of refresh, and the skill cap is increased by 1.
Do we gain 2 skill points? Because isn't every milestone
No.
itself and the thing before it?
Yes.
So if so, I'm just gonna say 1, 2, and 3. 1 is mild. 2 is 1 and skill point. 3 is 2 and itself. 2 being gain a skill point.
That was worded very
1 is
confusing.
1. 2 is 1
Yes.
and 2. 3
Yes.
is 1 and 2 and 3.
Yes.
Dang nabbit.
And 4
So
is
2
1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
Just post these on the Discord so that I can note them in my extras.
So 2 is happening twice.
No.
Okay, but
2
because
is
it's a
happening
force-
once.
Everything is happening once.
Yeah, just
This is 4, so it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
Got it. All right. So I am actually changing one of my aspects from habitual NPC to, well, I was going to change it to something, but then the rules changed. So I'll have to think about it again now. Holy shit! Wow. All right, I'm getting a point of refresh and immediately using on a stun.
Well, what was your thought? Maybe we could help you hash it out.
The thought was going to be, so habitual NPC was going to become, we do not kill and we do not die. Or we do not kill, comma, we do not die.
Yeah, but now that's changed, so yeah. I
Yeah,
get
but-
that.
That's irrelevant now.
Maintain the status quo.
No! Maybe. So, my new stunt is going to be one that I've been lacking for a while. So, I can already take damage really well, but now I'm I'm implementing Bug Rush.
Just one
Which allows
second.
fight really well.
What
Say that
does
again.
it do?
Bug Rush, using a full body tackle and their powerful jaws. Use Physique in place of Fight to make a physical attack.
Okay.
Sure you don't want Bug Buzz instead?
Use physique in place of shoot to attack.
The only thing I can see
I'll be
is
back
see
in just a
this.
second.
Hey, the only thing I can see this being upsetting about is now Fight is pretty much irrelevant to Strike. Because, yeah. All right.
Well,
That's
you can't use it to create an advantage.
okay. If I gave myself a stunt to do that, would that be frowned upon, or is that fine? Like if
Like,
I.
there are other things that you can use to gain advantages.
Oh, okay. Oh, sure.
Like every other skill in the game,
Yeah.
except magic.
So, now Strike basically has not dying at 7 and killing at 4. So I just need to give myself give a stunt to get +2 to that too, so I can have not dying at 7 and killing at 6.
Right, and if anybody somehow has the ability to put something at +6, you can do that now.
No, I need one more. One more skill point to do that.
Yeah, I need one more to do that.
I'm not sure if you would define Winnie as a mage.
Well, that's in her mind.
I know. I'm not sure what you would really call her.
I'm sure that discussion is going to happen eventually.
So I was planning on sharing with the crew how, like, Winnie follows the old gods, but just ended up avoiding that conversation.
Lordy, lordy.
Oh, Winnie does continue to keep the status quo because the status is chaos.
Chaos is the status quo. That sounds like a stun.
No, that
Chaos
sounds like
is
an
the status
aspect.
quo.
That sounds like a high concept.
Yeah, oh, yeah. It sounds like something that you should be on your fate sheet somewhere.
Can I contact the old gods and see if they want to give me a promotion? What's the step above Vizier?
I don't
Vizier
know.
2. The sequel. Vizier 2, Electric Boogaloo.
One thing I did consider is changing the mission of mischief to something a little more like, mostly based on how this conversation went. For Winnie, she would probably see that chaos is what keeps the universe in motion. If things were just like perfect, the universe would just freeze and things would end.
Oh no.
Zier's pretty high up.
I just saw one with nothing posted in Tabletop General. Just thinking about that in terms of Ayat stunt.
I didn't get the chance to try it to see how it pans out.
Like, alright, cast a random spell. Discard your hand.
Like, what does discarding mean as an effect in this universe?
Well, it's just that sentence. Discard your hand.
Draw everything?
It just throws your hand away.
That does remind
Actually,
me.
could do that.
That does remind me. There's one reason why Winnie wasn't too upset about the 2 bugs dying, because now I have a discard pile / graveyard.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Same with the dragon and wolf from the first planet. And
Yeah, you have a point. Yeah, good thing you told me, because now I'm going to know to remember this. Huh.
So, I don't think it's ever going to happen, but I have a pretty major plan. Is it okay if I talk about what would but wouldn't happen?
no, shut yawn.
So, this is absolutely something that Strike would not do unless like a major outside influence happened, but the reason I was asking where Polina would be stored is we still have one free invocation in the mind-changing ritual circle.
Somebody possess Paulina.
And Strike could absolutely just like can opener the floor and take it with him. Yep, I'm taking this with me, go into the computer room. Alright, I'm the ship now.
Something we
No, I can
kind
never be kicked out of the ship.
something we kind of forgot about while like Kalina was spinning and people were damaged. The Charmer and Sunflora are on board.
Also, that box.
Not anymore. They're dead.
What about the box?
Graveyard. Talk to him.
The box imp?
He's pretty tough. I summoned him with 7.
Not that tough.
How's the twist creature
He's
doing?
still an imp.
Is the
Twist creature's fine.
alive?
It was
Okay,
like stuck inside of that little tube.
sure.
That-
So it just
fine.
got mildly
Yeah.
centrifuged.
So you lost all your summons, sadly.
If the Box Imp is dead, there might be some consequences for Paulina when I find that out.
Something to look forward to.
Are we still streaming?
For now.
For now.
But not for any more. See y'all next time.
Bye!